The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
The following content contains adult language and humor that is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others.
That's right. Okay. You can't wait. You got it.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome one and all to Pacific414 Pop Talk. I am happy. I am so happy because Monday afternoon we got the greatest news anyone could get. Anyone who's a serious Star Trek fan could get, who has been going through this bullshit for the past 10 years, thanks to Alex Kurtzman. Starfleet Academy is canceled after season 2. Hallelujah! Bring back good Star Trek!
Yeah. Baby, baby, baby. Yeah.
Yes!
I
know. We still have season 2 of Starfleet Academy, and we still have 2 seasons of Strange New Worlds that have, been filmed, been wrapped up, but there are no Kurtzman Star Trek series in production.
Yeah. 2 seasons, basically 1 season split in half. So 4 episodes and 4 episodes.
I won't even call them a season.
No,
I remember back in the day when a season consisted of 24 to 26 episodes, not 8 to 10 episodes.
I bet these kids and all the others on Christmas would, oh God, that was a long, hard season. I'm going to need to rest up now. Oh my God, those 4 episodes were so horrible. Oh, I had to sit in the makeup chair for that long time to make 8 friggin' episodes.
This is what happens when you go away from the core of Star Trek, what it's always been, what it always should be. Star Trek, yes, has infinite diversity and infinite combinations. It's not about appearances. It's not about, making sure that everyone is represented. It's also the diversity of thought. It has always been about the diversity of thought, the different points of view, the different opinions. Not, what am I, a hack Hollywood writer, going to force down people's throats today?
Well, I mean, they proved it all the way across the board. They don't know what the etic means. A bunch of them probably don't even know that etic is part of Star Trek and what it means and such. Exactly. That is what it is. It's the arena of thoughts and ideas, just like colleges once were. Instead of no, we're going to force you to only listen to one side, and you better comply, which is this shit that they have. And then they have the nerve to turn around and try to quote Gene Roddenberry by saying, "See, this is what he was believing in." No, he was believing in a lot more than that.
And you know, I saw where the actress who played the female Jem Hadar in Starfleet Academy said that she thinks that their series had the best first season of any Star Trek series. Wrong. The best first season of any Star Trek series has been and always shall be our friend, the original series.
I don't know. I thought the animated series had a better one. It definitely wasn't Next Generation, that's for sure.
No, Next Generation. I can't even say that for Deep Space Nine. As much as I love Deep Space Nine, I can't even say it for that. Voyager,
no, definitely not. An Enterprise theme.
Yeah, Enterprise. It was a bad idea to make a prequel series, and
yeah,
I mean we'll get into the article and everything, but as far as I'm concerned, for right now, if Skydance and the Ellisons were smart, you let Star Trek rest. You let it heal.
Right.
I don't care if it's
Sarge gets his hands on them.
I don't care if it's for 10 years. I don't care if it's for 15 years. I don't care if it's for 20 years. Real Star Trek has been dead since the series finale of Enterprise, and that was almost 21 years ago this May. We have been putting up with Kurtzman and J.J. Abrams' Trek for far too long. And it's about time it be laid to rest. For 17 years, we've been putting up with their bullshit, their bastardization of a great franchise, one that attracted everybody to the television screen, who actually took time to sit down and listen to what was being said, form their own opinions. I'm glad Starfleet Academy is going off the air. I'm more than ecstatic that it's going off the air. I tried watching 15 to 20 minutes of their first episode that was available here on YouTube for free. And I couldn't do it.
I couldn't change the channel to that.
I'm surprised, man. I thought you were completely done with New Trek after Picard season 3, man, and how you felt.
It was available for free on YouTube, so I thought, okay, I don't have to pay for it. I'm going to let my curiosity take a look at it. I took a look at it, and I went, this is trash. Turn it off. And it's like that time Lord Crit of Everest Productions was showing us the first episode of Strange New Worlds. And as soon as the other captain called the communicator a phone, I said, I'm out.
Come on, Cash. You know better than that. This is our Mike.
I don't want my pain taken away. I need my pain.
No, it's just sometimes, man, just the pain.
It was just like when you, Crit, Baron for the first episode,
that's right,
and I watched season 3 of Picard. How many times was I bitching and complaining as I'm watching the episode? Say, no, it wouldn't have done that way. No, the Federation did this. Julian developed a cure. That's how the changelings were cured.
Well,
I mean, I was going off.
It was so awesome because it wasn't Kurtzman Trek, but it was Terry.
It was Kurtzman. It was Kurtzman Trek Light.
Yeah, it the whole thing about another Crusher being the chosen one. I was like, oh, that's very exciting.
Yeah. Like the first one turned out good. Yeah.
But hello, Lady Miss, and hello, Tree Rock.
Hello to Tree Rock Creations and Lady Miss. Good to see you both. I want to say hello to everybody who is watching us on YouTube and Rumble, and for the first time ever on Blaze. Yes, I'm starting off streaming on Blaze. Fired up.
Blaze.
It's a new streaming platform, dude.
I'll have to look into it. It's cool.
Yeah. What do I know, right?
What the hell's Blaze? And then I tell them.
You need to have.
You got one in Coon Rapids.
You got to always have backups, though. It's always.
Oh wait, no, it's
exactly
software.
Exactly, but along with the jackass known as Baron Orman Tagge, the jackass known as Cashmoney007, I'm your jackass host named Mike.
No, that's better.
Hey, I was going to include myself, Baron. Jesus.
I know.
But yes, I am happy. I am happy. Now all they have to do is tell Kurtzman, toodles.
No, I guess they're in talks. I guess they're in talks for him doing stuff still for them, but nothing about it being with Star Trek, or at least it damn well better not be.
It's
who knows? It's Kurtzman who's opened up his mouth saying, "Yeah, we're trying to get a new contract."
If you're not,
if I were the Ellisons, I would tell you to go kick a can somewhere.
If you're not making money for your franchise, whatever, I mean, then you got to tell them. It's just like with sports. What have you done for me lately? They're not. That's the simple. Hey, I gave you this many years, and especially way too many years for someone like Kurtzman, in my opinion. And so it's like, dude, time to hit the road, man. Go do something else.
I tried giving Kurtzman Trek a chance. I really did.
Yeah.
Tried watching 3 seasons of Discovery.
Wow.
Boy, I admire you.
Well, that was my barometer. It was always my barometer. Mm-hmm. Ever since the Next Generation. It was season 3 of Next Generation where the show was getting good.
Mm-hmm.
Season 3, you could say Deep Space Nine got good, although I still say that Deep Space Nine was getting better near the end of season 2. But season 3, Voyager improved. Season 3, Enterprise was improving.
Mm-hmm.
The only, at least for the hardcore fans, or even fans that appreciate old Trek, whatever it is, up to Enterprise or not, is that Lego is doing the bridge of the original series. So I'm like, I guess that's something.
And good afternoon to Leia Rose.
So that's probably the most
good
exciting
to see you, Leia.
thing right now with Trek, is that Lego is caring more about Trek than Trek itself.
If you notice, a lot of the focus isn't on Kurtzman crap anymore. They're pulling out again, like Next Generation, the original, just like Star Wars with Disney. I mean, they started getting away from the
good to see Leia Rose. Yeah.
Except for Mando and Grogu, which they just oversaturated.
Oversaturated it. They
went back to the original prequel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that movie's going to do well at all.
Unfortunately, they even Disney had to. I mean, look at what happened with Willow. I mean, it shouldn't be. If you're fucking up and you're making the company lose money, there's a problem there. So you either move them to somewhere else or you fire them. So it shouldn't be that hard. You don't need a business degree to see simple things like this. The company's not making money, and I know other people say, "Oh, it doesn't matter." Well, it should.
It should matter.
It should always,
especially when you have a company like Paramount Skydance who's forking over money to purchase Warner Brothers Discovery. If that deal goes through, they're going to be looking to trim the fat. What's not making us money?
Right. I mean,
let's look at Kurtzman Trek. It's not making us money. Cancel it.
It's the same thing, just like recently with Fortnite. Surprisingly, Fortnite's starting to lose some steam. So guess what? Mm-hmm. People unfortunately got to be laid off. But also these companies, as we've seen, it's the CEOs, the fat cats, whatever, they're getting richer. And then these other people are being expendable, who probably don't deserve it. But other times, the woke stuff, the whole thing is it needs to sell. That should always be the number one thing. Sell and care about the fan base. You can't make everybody happy, and you never should. But you've got to care about the fan base enough. You've got to sell a product. I always love this whole thing where they're like, oh, it's a new character, so we have to change this, race swap this, do this, because people won't buy into it. Well, why don't you sell people on a new character? That's what other people have done, so let's do that again. Oh, but that must be too much work, right? Okay. Sure.
Yeah, like Jean-Luc Picard in 1987.
Right. Exactly.
Yep. You had to sell everybody on not just Jean-Luc Picard, but the entire bridge crew of the new Starship Enterprise. Yeah, it was a tough sell. Yeah, there were people that still prefer Generation. Even during Next Generation 7 seasons, there were still people that preferred the original series. However, the Next Generation found an audience.
Of course.
Kurtzman Trek isn't finding an audience. Starfleet Academy wasn't trending on the Nielsen streaming ratings.
No.
And even when it did, it was for a very short time.
Yep.
Mhm.
And all these media sites, which they all just like seem to be in cahoots. It's like, look, guys, you can spew all this stuff all you want, and you can tell us you like it. Maybe you're getting kickbacks. I have no idea, but I really don't. But I just know that with all these critics that like this stuff, not just this new Trek, other franchises, whatever. If it's not making money and the viewership is down, that's a huge problem. So a lot of the media, they can be like, oh, I'm so sad, or somebody screaming or whatever, because I'm sure there's been other people on TikTok who decide to scream about this, like they lost their dog or something. But if
Okay.
it's,
You know what? Let me find one of the screeching people. let me find one of them. Shouldn't be that hard to find.
Nobody's doing that, and I had my little tirade, the other week, I can't remember if it was Sunday or last Wednesday, about the fact that, lamenting the erasure of all those tapes and such at the BBC, and to a certain extent, other places like the DuPont Network and stuff like that.
Right.
Now I'm going to be a hypocrite. I hope every single copy of Kurtzman Trek is erased. It's in the bin. Gone.
I mean, they have a right to do that if they want to, though.
I've said this numerous times. It shouldn't be hauling garbage. It should be hauled away as garbage. Lo and behold, the first thing that pops up when I type in Starfleet Academy over on the social medias.
The social media.
Oh God!
Yes, this young woman who calls herself Jane.
Yeah.
Starfleet Academy canceled, and they say fuck Paramount. Well, this is their reaction. Oh, by the way, if you're wearing earplugs or headphones, you might want to take them off.
Her nose is already red. I mean, come on.
Okay. So it's May of 2005. The last episode of Enterprise. These are the Voyage's heirs. By the end of it, I wasn't screeching like she was. I was sad. And I was wondering, when are we going to get new Star Trek?
Really, honestly, this is just her looking for attention. I mean, look how she is right afterwards.
Yeah. Seriously, who in their right mind sets up a recording so they can do this and post it to social media? A narcissist.
Yeah.
Yes, always. Yeah, there's a lot of them on TikTok.
And I know we shouldn't be giving her any attention, but
it's all right. People see it and laugh.
And why is it screeching? Why is it always screeching?
I don't know.
That's unfortunately how the younger generation deals with things.
They want to scream at the sky. We've seen older people doing this screaming too. It's really something.
Well, back in our day, what did we do? We just crop dusted somebody, walked by, and walked away. It's like that's how we shared our opinion about things.
That's what I thought at first too, Tree Rock. I thought it was one of the actresses who plays the Betazoid in Starfleet Academy. It wouldn't surprise me.
She needs to see her therapist.
Although I did see a funny comment on Facebook where somebody said all the people that are reading about the show being canceled, they swallowed their combat.
Yeah,
I
honestly,
thought it was funny.
honestly, who thought that was a good thing to have in the show? So it's this.
I think I
Wow.
swallowed my combat.
Yeah. So what they do is, again, it's stereotyping, body shaming, all the stuff they sit back and say you shouldn't do. Right. Right.
Right.
So
Right.
this overweight, cropped-haired woman that goes, I think I ate my combat. It's like, women, don't you find that insulting? There's nothing funny about it.
If I was a woman, I would.
About it. Now, if it was a triple, that'd be funny.
It's
If it was a triple, I would expect Klingon to write a song about it.
Yeah.
What talks about?
Ate my combat. I can't get him off my phone. That's how we talk in Kurtzman trick. Time to get the Klingon boy band out. Oh yeah. Oh baby.
That was another embarrassment with Kurtzman Trek. Strange New Worlds in their scene episode. It was a bad idea in Buffy.
You may have a fight with Cash on that one.
It really was a bad idea in Buffy. No, I recently saw a clip from that episode again when I was watching the channel.
The
And
Buffy,
I'm going, God, this is terrible.
The Trek thing was just ridiculous, but the Buffy thing actually had a story as well as the musical episode.
I know.
The only time it only worked Gilligan's Island. I'll stand by that.
It worked because they had a story behind it, but with Trek, it just is ridiculous. Because one show does something doesn't mean another show should, especially if it's never been about that. But they figure, hey, we can do whatever we want. Isn't this cool? It's like, not really.
And hello to Demi FW over on Blaze.
Hey,
good to see you. Well, welcome to one of the things I do on Pacific414, Pacific414 Pop Talk, where we talk pop culture, entertainment, some news, a variety of topics. And tonight we're talking about the cancellation of Starfleet Academy, and I'm happy about it.
I'm shocked.
And how he screamed for the cameras back in 2005.
Like I said, Baron, I was sad about it, but I didn't go outside going, damn you. I was pissed at Les Moonves for canceling it.
I mean, it sucked the way what happened to Trip and this and that. It's just, but there was actually episodes, and you could look at Archer and you said, okay, this I like this captain. I mean, I know there's a certain person out there who hates Archer. We all know who that is, but
yeah.
No, Archer was a fine captain. I like Trip. I like the crew. I don't. Would I say Enterprise was some amazing Trek show? I don't think so. But it did have. It actually had serious episodes, as you've said, Baron. It does still feel like Trek. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it was a serious show. They weren't doing this garbage that they were doing.
There was
still Star Trek. You could recognize it as Star Trek, not because of the uniforms, not because of the ship design, but because of the stories.
I mean, I see what Gary and other people, I bring him up because we just watched a video about the Orville, Spock and I, and so on, and even the Orville, even though I don't know, I just started season 3, but I still see serious matters that you would see in Trek. So that's what I want to see. Sometimes you can care about Mercer, like he's another captain that you could actually have conversations with, but the Holly Hunter lady who wants to sit weird ways in the chair and play with her feet all the time and whatever, or the things I saw.
Putting on it. Oh, yeah.
And it's like, Alaska, I just can't. I mean, Holly Hunter's been in some really good stuff too, but some of those other actors, it's really something to see how these people just embarrass themselves on a
here. Borrow my glasses and look at this. Here, borrow my glasses, and look at that. There, can you see that? Well, I know that they were ragging on the fact that she's wearing glasses. Didn't we take care of that? It's like, well, remember,
Red Knox 5.
So, I mean, I will sit back and say that, maybe her race, because she's supposed to be a different race, or maybe her particular has whatever ill effects, because, even however many years, there's certain things that we have, people, can't use it because of
some people can't use contact lenses.
I mean,
right. So I was not going to get hard on that one. But I mean, when she's there trying to offer to the imitation Jim Hadar and that guy at the end there, that mean-looking guy with the haircut,
I mean, they just don't have every Starfleet captain or whatever. I don't care if they're involved with an academy or not. They need to show some class. At least that's what we've always seen.
The captain is supposed to lead by example.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Did they even have class in this show? I don't know.
No, I doubt it. Not from all the clips I saw, but
I just school type class.
Yeah, I can't.
The other class he didn't have, but
yeah. I mean, Mike should give himself like 10,000 gold stars just for watching 20 minutes of the first episode.
I'm not going to do that. I even had someone call me, "Are you covering Starfleet Academy?" I said, "No, I'm not going to waste my time. I already wasted 15 to 20 minutes of my time."
Right.
Mike can't afford the therapy bill. That's why.
But it was.
Baron, if you watched the first 15 to 20 minutes, you'd be coming out of here. You'd be ranting and raving.
But it was the craziest thing.
I was trying to keep my blood pressure down.
Watch a video or something, of some of these other YouTubers and just sitting there and breaking things down, which is always a good thing. But they went through basically the whole episode, and you're just like, my gosh, how many times is Holly Hunter needs to show her feet in these episodes? This is insane. Or this one episode, or maybe every episode. But it's the craziest thing. I'm like, are you okay, Holly Hunter? Are you all right? You really wanted to do this, and they were fine. Okay, I don't know why you think you deserve to have a lot of power. Have you guys even watched old Trek?
Well, you know who wouldn't put up with any crap from any cadet or any officer below her rank of captain or even admiral? It's Arwen. Arwen, good to see you.
Oh, hi.
Over on Blaze.
Oh, she's on Blaze too? Oh.
Yes, she's on Blaze.
Is that the new home of Fats?
That is a new home for Fats.
Oh, my. Blaze will never be the same again. Hey, Arwen.
Good to see you, Arwen.
Hey, Arwen.
And Arwen, if you'd like to chime in on this conversation about the cancellation of Starfleet Academy, feel free. Anybody who wants to chime in, feel free to do so.
Well, there it is. Wow. Yeah.
Here, I can get you the link, Baron.
I'm there. I'm in it. I'm in, man.
I can get everybody the link.
Yeah, you do that.
This is the backup for the backup for the backup.
We got a lot of backups, don't we?
Well, yeah, with the way everything is, you have to have backups. You can't depend on, one social media content service to be available. And hello to Padawannabe over on Rumble.
Hey, Padawannabe.
Good old Padawannabe.
Padawannabe.
I want to.
But, the fact that they disrespect Picard throughout the entire series of Picard, because Patrick Stewart, he deserves to blame too. He didn't want it to be anything like Next Generation.
Right.
And what ends up happening? They bring in the Next Generation cast.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yes, they did.
And Arwen says, and y'all are so right, what was Holly Hunter thinking? I didn't watch the show, but the clips were ridiculous. Yeah, I couldn't stand the show, even seeing clips. Even watching 15 to 20 minutes, I couldn't stand it.
And don't worry, for those who are all fans out there, Holly Hunter is going to start an OnlyFans page, and she's going to be
no, it's on
her feet.
Only Feet.
Only feet. It's in the feet section, and of course, for small little fees, you can get her to do things and with her feet and such. So, and she'll be in Starfleet uniform or whatever uniform. I don't want to even call it Starfleet. She'll be in there and she's got the chair. She's got the chair so she can curl up and wiggle her toes at you. So that's where Holly Hunter will be after all this.
It's as some of these other bigger YouTubers said and things that they were breaking down. It's hilariously bad. It's just, you laugh at it because it's just so ridiculous and stupid. Because that's all it is. It even probably puts 90210 to shame.
Yeah, 90210 was a monster. That's just
it was, yeah. But yeah, no, they put that to shame. So it's just funny.
Yeah, I mean, what's a damn shame about J.J. Abrams and Alex Kurtzman Trek? I'm not even gonna put down Robert Orsi because let the man rest in peace. But they destroyed not only Vulcan,
yep,
but they also destroy the Romulans, and they destroy the Klingons. The three foundations of Star Trek. And then they do their own version of Kirk. They do their own version of Scotty, Uhura, Sulu, McCoy. You don't ever go after the triumvirate of Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. And they did.
There was a lot of lens flare and stuff that was too much, and if you especially pay more attention to it. But I mean, other people say like Crit and so on, they're good action movies, but do they feel more like Trek? I don't know.
Fine, if you want an action movie, go watch an action movie, but it shouldn't be called Star Trek. I don't go to a Star Trek movie to see an action movie. Yes, there have been Star Trek movies that had action in them, but at the core, there's still a Star Trek story. And real quick, Arwen says about Holly Hunter, she couldn't keep her feet out of her chair. I'm like, girl, you're a leader. Get a hold of yourself. You're absolutely right, Arwen.
I hear the second season she'll be sucking her toes in the chair.
Oh, Baron, I don't even want that image in my head.
Baron.
That's it. I'm shoving you out the airlock. Out the airlock with you.
Baron was like, you know what? Just poke the bear a little bit more.
He's used to it. He's used to it. He's got his environmental suit ready.
Oh my goodness.
He'll be fine. He's got plenty of oxygen. He'll be fine.
I
need oxygen. What happened? It's empty. This thing.
I mean, at least, with the Abrams stuff, there wasn't some feet nonsense or whatever. But still, it's just, I don't know. Looking back,
was Quentin Tarantino involved in Starfleet Academy?
But I'm grateful. I'm bringing him back.
All right.
I'm grateful we never got a Quentin Tarantino Star Trek movie. I didn't want a Quentin Tarantino Star Trek movie.
Yeah, not after what
Hang on, mother effort.
What they did. Yeah, after what they did, no. Before I was in favor of it, but after what they did with Discovery and all that, and you've seen hearing all these curse words, it was so weird to me. Because even in JJ, you didn't hear these. Of course, those were PG-13 movies, but still, they were like, "Hey, let's make Trek really,
let's make it edgy.
Let's make it edgy and M for mature, and it's just like Spock and I have talked about 1,000 times. This was always built more as a family show, so that was the whole point.
That was the whole premise. Star Trek was available for everybody to watch, to sit down as a family, and for families to talk about the episode after it was over, what the episode dealt with. And most importantly, for the fans to make their own conclusion. Did Kirk make the right choice? Did Picard make the right choice? Sisko, Janeway, Archer.
Yes. Yeah, right, exactly. And all those, everything from even Voyager had important episodes, Enterprise had important episodes that you can really think about. Of course, TNG did, and of course, the original show. All that, because that's it. You're supposed to think in these shows. I mean, we have a whole list of shows still from the olden days or whatever. There's still a few now that make you think, but not as many as there used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm happy that on this channel, each and every other week, talking about Star Trek from any of the series, any of the movies, and watching the episodes, and showcasing both the good and the bad of Star Trek that came before, because I'm not going to act like, oh, Star Trek that came before was perfect 100% of the time. There are episodes that make you go, the children should lead comes to mind. Yeah. Spock's brain comes to mind. Let's see. First season episode of Next Generation, Code of Honor comes to mind.
Code of Honor, yeah.
Like the first episode or second episode out after the pilot.
And of course, you have those clip shows too. Sometimes they're okay. Sometimes they're just it's like, oh, we need to do a clip show because we feel lazy. I mean, what other reason?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, Next Gen. Yes. That's a bad episode of season 2. Yeah. And Shades of Grey. Yeah. That's the episode where Tasha gets killed, but still, it's not a great episode. Jace could write.
Shades of Grey is the clip episode.
I'm okay, Baron. I'm fired up, and when I'm fired up, I might mix a few things up. My apologies, everybody.
He's fired up, folks. He really is.
But my apologies. I know. Do better. I know that's all we've heard, not just from Kurtzman Trek, but from Disney, from all these companies. Do better. Well, how about you guys do better? Why do you think your shows are getting canceled on streaming platforms?
What were you guys thinking when you did stuff like a TV
show
see,
Jace.
of Willow? Yeah, Jace. Just follow whatever the fucking movie did. What the hell? What is this so hard for? Or don't do it at all. And so they erased it anyways. It's gone. So it's gone. Like there's that other show I think on that stupid thing that Seth Rogen was involved in, that stupid Santa Inc. shit or whatever, that got erased too. So I mean, these things get erased, and it's probably a good thing. Don't talk to me about hating Jewish people and stuff, Seth Rogen. Fuck off.
Arwen, check your StreamYard. Transporter Room is trying to get a lock on you.
Just, I mean, really, it's like Willow is so underrated. I don't care what anybody says. Just like stuff like Galaxy Quest, and this stuff is and that's not a bad thing, but it's just like this stuff was really good, and it needs to be. Actually, it was on BBC the other day. Galaxy Quest. That movie's still so good, but it just is. It's funny. It's great. But yeah, they just keep doing this stuff, and some of this stuff gets erased. And if Kurtzman Trek whatever gets erased, then oh well. Who cares? Really, they do.
Gentlemen, suck in your guts.
It's already something, man.
No,
I don't. My gut is fine.
Where it is, it's fine.
My gut is fine. Dang it. Yeah.
I'll just put you guys tonight.
At least I got one thing that hangs low. But whoa, where'd that come from? Never mind.
Oh man, of course.
Oh my god.
I'm not even going to touch that, Baron.
Please don't. I don't want you to touch it. Please don't.
Arwen, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Pollen's killing me, but other than that, I'm fine.
I know what you mean. It's that time of year where some of us in a certain region of the United States, we get attacked by pollen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been horrible. It's
Mhm.
cooler today, but that don't matter. That the pollen don't know that.
Nope.
It's everywhere. But how are y'all doing?
Doing good,
Mike-
Armin. Doing good.
Yeah.
Mike is stoked. Mike is stoked.
He is. He's gonna have a party for himself later, I think.
Oh,
Yeah. Like I said, Monday I was partying. I saw the news. I'm like, yes.
I had 10 beers, man. Yeah.
Beers? I did not drink beers, Cash. I drank blood wine. Clean on blood wine.
Oh, excuse me, blood wine. Okay.
And after 3 sips, he was out like a light.
2309. There is no finer vintage, to quote Martok.
you could always go for the alternative. The other warriors drink and do prune juice. It would
True.
be just as acceptable.
True.
That's true.
I
Well-
tried asking Baron if he got a shipment of Romulan ale, but he said Romulan ale is illegal. I said, I thought you used it for medicinal purposes.
Right. Exactly.
But seriously, Armin,
I'm like
what's your
no
thought
control.
on not only Starfleet Academy getting canceled, but
Well,
Ah.
no surprise there. I mean, I didn't mean to crash y'all's party. I really didn't.
you're
But I
not
was
crashing.
here.
You're not crashing.
It's
You
fine.
can't crash a party you're invited to, Arwen. Come on.
You opened hailing frequencies. I responded. I told the transporter room to stand by for one.
Yes, you did. Yes, I got here all in one piece too. Thank God. But I was thinking about. I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, Mike's
really
doing better now.
since all this started. Since Star Trek has been
Mhm.
going down the path it's been going over the past few years. And then hearing y'all talk about it, at first I was like, well, I usually don't, I don't want to go on a panel where I haven't seen the show. But to be honest, y'all aren't talking about just that. You've opened it up to Star Trek proper. And I started to think about the way women and female characters were presented, starting with OG Star Trek to now. And I thought about our first representations of, women in space, so to speak, in this world and in this space. With your James Kirks and your Spocks and your
Mhm.
McCoys, and you have all these very strong male characters. And you know what I've noticed about male characters, particularly in sci-fi, is
Mhm.
they were never afraid to combine the dashing hero to the ridiculous trope of course, he's going to tear his shirt off. They weren't afraid to go there with the men. And it worked, okay? And we all have had our yuck moments with all of these male characters. And I think about the women. And of course, one of the first ones we think of is Uhura. And Nichelle Nichols was not lying when that conversation she had with, the good Martin Luther King. And when she was talking about, she was going to go, she was going to leave the show. And he's like, no, girl, no, you don't realize, but look how you're presented. You are this black woman in this time, and you are allowed to be beautiful as a black woman. You're allowed to show grace. You are a respected character on that ship. You're not the hoochie mama at the bar.
No.
You're the communications officer.
Yeah, that's a big responsibility on a Federation starship.
Absolutely. She is the go-through and the go-to from any communique that they get. It goes through her, unless, of course, it's private in Kirk's chambers. And then, and think about the original number one.
Yeah, Major Barrett.
Yeah, they didn't want to go down that road. They changed it. But think of her. She was second in command. But and Nurse Chapel. Look at all of these women pretty much down, I would argue, through Voyager. Okay, even Janeway. Janeway had, and when she first started, she had this long feminine hair that she kept up when she was captain, and she took it down when she was in private. It was part of her womanhood that she did not have to sacrifice to be captain. She still retained it. All of these women still had their brand of femininity, and they were all women.
Yep.
Now, can we fast forward to this bullshit nonsense they've been trying to peddle us with? What? Holly Hunter. Oh my God. Girl, what do you do? Why are they trying to turn all these female characters into men? Except the hose? The hoes who want to sleep with everything on a ship, they can be feminine. But the women in command and a Gemma Darn, a Klingon, y'all, how the hell does that work?
It doesn't. There are no female Gemini.
Explain to me. And then, okay, I get it. There are lesbians in the world. That's awesome. Not all of them are feminine. That's fine. You could have a non-feminine lesbian character in command on a show. But why do they all have to be treated just like the men now? They're treated just like the male characters, and they are becoming masculine tropes unto themselves. And the trope is now, you can't be a chick and be respected as a character and be in any kind of command if you are feminine.
I mean, let's look at Jadzia.
Yes.
The perfect example of a feminine character and a strong female character.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and you had your Deanna Troyes, and I know she drives everyone nuts.
They all
she's a beautiful feminine woman.
Yes, and she's somebody you wanted to sit down and talk to and stuff. You showed respect to these people. I mean, we can say what we want, but even the Picard show, Arwen, even third season, it's like, I hate you, Picard. Oh, you were right, Picard. Like that's how like that whole season went. And then they would say things like, "Oh, did you know that Geordi, he
didn't have friends on the Enterprise or anywhere else he went in Starfleet.
He had problems with getting to know women." It's like, this is his own daughter saying this. It's like, do you people do any research on this stuff?
And let's not forget that third season was Terry Metalis.
Yes, it was.
He should have known better.
Yep. Right.
Yeah.
It's and we have another Crusher. He's the chosen one, Arwen. I mean, this stuff is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. He's going to stop the Borg group. Here we go.
The Borg who should have been in shambles after Endgame.
Yes.
They should have been able to rebuild.
Exactly.
Even that one damn doctor who on the Enterprise, on Next Gen, who was in between Crushers. That one redheaded Roz. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She was a hard ass, but even she was allowed to be, woman. And oh my God, one of my favorite scenes is in the whole, the mind bending episode where Tasha Yar's like, "Come on, Data, show me what you got." She raided Deanna Troy's wardrobe. I mean, the security officer got all girly and raided the counselor's wardrobe.
So she can do it with the android.
Oh my God, that is so chick, and I loved every minute of it. I'm like, she's still a chick at heart. She's using her feminine wiles, and he's like, okay, let's see what I can do.
Because all those women had class. That's the whole thing. It doesn't matter if it was on Enterprise. It doesn't matter how they look or didn't look. They all showed class. You could follow Janeway. You can follow these people. Yes, Janeway, I'm sure, could be annoying if you were,
especially with the Muppet voice.
Right. But still, there was class there. And so you could disagree with them, and you could probably also come to agreements as well. The Orville shows the same kind of thing. You could follow somebody like Mercer. You could follow Kelly. It's so ridiculous that they want to take these shows, and it's not just Trek, and they want to just insult whatever they can, or be as goofy as they can with it. And then other people want to call you names and how dare you insult this and whatever. It's hilarious. It's just a circus that continues.
Even Dr. Crusher was a respectable character.
Yes, she was.
Yes, and she was a beautiful woman.
Yes.
Oh, I had such a big crush.
That one episode where they go back, is it the 20s? The 20s or the 30s? 30s or 40s? Anyway, it's where they're all in that time period dress. And she's wearing that dress, and she's got the hair, and I'm like, oh my God, yes,
yeah.
And there's something we say. There's
that first season episode. They're in the holodeck, and it's a Dixon Hill novel.
Yes.
The big goodbye.
That's it. Oh, looks so good.
Just even when they're on like the ship and they're just playing classical music, it's just a nice feeling. But they don't care about these things anymore. People like Kurtzman, they don't give a shit, because why should this stuff matter anymore? Let's see how ridiculous we can be. And he cares so much about diversity. But all these, it's not just him; it's other people. They disrespect these characters, and we see this in video games too. It just goes on and on and on. Yeah.
Well,
but again,
Kurtzman,
they can care about diversity, but they have to do
That's
it
right.
right. Don't just
Exactly.
present one point of view,
Right.
one side, one
Yes.
visual.
That's right.
well, Kurtzman was so in tune with all that, he gave his women characters male names. So it's like,
Yeah, let's not forget Michael Burnham.
Yeah.
God, Mikey Burnham. Y'all, I survived that one too. I did not get involved with that show. Sometimes a little itty bitty part of me it has a little bit of FOMO, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should watch it just to see how bad it really is. But I can't bring myself to do it because I believe the people that know Star Trek that have said it is just a turd circling the drain.
You just
can't. If you're gonna watch an episode, watch the one where the politician from Georgia. I got a mailbox underneath again.
I don't.
Stacey Abrams.
Yeah, Stacey Abrams. Wasn't that Discovery? Yeah, she popped up in Discovery or something. Yeah, not so much.
I'm like, girl, get your coin. Go get your coin.
It's just so ridiculous.
Oh my God. Yeah. Look, we have something we used to say, or maybe I used to say it. I don't know. I thought all women said it, but maybe not. There's a difference between Victoria's Secrets and Fredericks of Hollywood. Because Victoria's Secret, at least back in the day when they were still doing classical music in the stores, they were about elegance. They were about very pretty, lacy things, things you kept, things that, you decorated your home in. Victoria's Secret may have been hot, but that shit was tearaway. It was not going to make it through the night. So there's a huge difference. And they have basically dumbed all these character downs to Fredericks of Hollywood tearaway.
Yeah.
Pretty much is what they've done.
Well, they want they and the fact is that making any kind of Klingon gay, it's like, oh, did you know he's gay? Well, look at his eyebrows. As I was talking to Spock the other day when we were watching some clips of a YouTuber. Look at their eyebrows. That says everything, which made me laugh. But really, like, they're in kind of a dress, and so it's all ridiculous. The whole thing about the Klingon, they need to show honor. They care about their religion. But these people like Kurtzman, why should they care about this shit? Let's just make them gay and happy and ridiculous and
make it lame and gay and put a chick in it.
And let's be honest, Klingons didn't talk like this. I am a Klingon. They're a proud, boastful race of warriors. I am Worf, son of Moog.
That's right.
I am a Klingon.
Come here.
Gosh.
I mean, there's a fine line. People make them sound, sometimes when they play them, they sound a little too like Cro-Magnon, just like out of the you chain me.
Me make fire for you.
Like Phil Hartman doing the caveman lawyer.
Yes.
Your role frightens and confuses me.
I mean, they freak out if they ever watch The Undiscovered Country. I mean, those Klingons were dignitaries and teachers, and they spoke. They read Klingon Shakespeare. Yes. Come on, now they had culture.
you have not experienced Shakespeare until you read it in the original Klingon. To be or not to be, that is the question.
Oh my God, I love that entire movie.
I have not been on Starfleet Online or Star Trek Online for I don't know how long. I kind of wonder now, did they have the Klingon dress available for people to have?
I don't know, Baron. I don't know.
I mean, obviously they put the chips in for these newer shows, but I don't know about that.
Oh God, yeah.
The flying comm badge, which is a ship, which probably the one that swallowed the one probably could take care of the ship too. It's like I swallowed the ship. It looked like a comm badge. I have this. It's like paint chips to me. I had to eat comm badges.
But you know,
and I went, "This is your best and your brightest. Fuck off. We're doomed."
And that's what Starfleet was always about. The best and the brightest.
All of them.
You have to go through a litmus test to see if you would even qualify as a Starfleet cadet.
That's what I thought, but
and baby Huey comm badge eater wouldn't have made it. You go on the short shuttle. You go on the short shuttle now.
And just because when Nog went to Cisco asking him to write a letter of recommendation to Starfleet doesn't mean that Cisco was going to do it, and it doesn't mean that Nog was going to be accepted. Nog had to study hard.
Yes.
You even saw that progress whenever Nog was on an episode of DS9. He had to study hard.
It makes sense that there would be tests and so on. These people don't just, hey, you know what? I'm not in very good shape, but hey, I get to be on a starship, man.
All right, y'all have to ask a question because I just recently learned this. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of clips and, of course, people's reaction, and I didn't think for a moment this was anything I was going to like, so I didn't care. But what is up with a hologram chick? Explain. Why is she there?
Spock was asking about that recently.
I don't know what the purpose of that character is.
He's like, it's a hologram. Like I was talking to Spock about it. It's a freaking hologram. Why would it be overweight? I'm like, I was
going to say, why is it extra, extra large? Exactly.
But why is it there?
Because of everything has changed, Arwen. Body positivity and all this crap is still around with people like Kurtzman. So, we've got to see that it's very progressive.
Yeah, but
if I look however it wants, I'm like whatever. That's fine.
But it's just weird.
A hologram.
It's a hologram, though. That's the thing. It's ridiculous.
That makes no sense to me.
Because it shouldn't make sense to you, but other people are like, I need it. I need
it'd be kind of cute. Okay, if maybe they had fun with it and one time you came in the dorm and it looked like a tree, or another time it looked like at least if it's like, okay, we're trying to acclimate and really work on artificial intelligence. Maybe.
Right. Sure, of course.
What is this?
the only thing I could think of is a Voyager, I think it was season 7. There was a Voyager episode that had all these holograms on a Hirogen ship. Because the Hirogen acquired the holodeck technology from Voyager. Well, they declared independence, and the Doctor joined them for a bit. That's the only thing I could think of.
Red Dwarf did it first,
but that's an example of one of Voyager's bad episodes. And when the Doctor started seeing opera, come on,
God.
I never liked it. I never did.
I'll be totally vulnerable with y'all. Hot take. I hated that the Doctor was a hologram. I fucking hated it. I hated that he was just the permanent and he was just walking around and could touch. And I don't know. I hated it because there was always a barrier between me and him. Because I'm like, well, some dumb butt could be drunk one night and accidentally delete him. Then what would they do? It just... And they trot him out every once in a while for the feels because we all do love the Doctor. I still love him.
Yeah, the Doctor is...
I love the character. I just don't like how Robert Picardo is going after fans who have a different point of view.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not. Is
Jonathan Frank
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Is going after people a bit. It's like, dude, is the check in the mail? It's like, really, man?
Well, of course the check is in the mail. It's like I said to you, Cash. He's going to try to make sure to stay on the good side of Kurtzman and his company's Secret Hideout in case Kurtzman does get a contract renewal.
I mean, I don't even see Jon Favreau attacking the fans like this. So, I mean, it's just with Star Wars. I don't know because it's just all this stuff is just so ridiculous to me. And even these older, you have to understand this happened at TNG. All the fans said this. Oh, did the fans criticize your show? No, I'm sorry. Here's what's up?
Yeah. Oh, but I was going to sit back and say, you're talking about the holograms, ships full of holograms, stuff like that. Red Dwarf did it first. I mean, here you had a show, right? And you had Arnold J. Rimmer, a twat waffle, but you kind of liked him, who was the dead crewmate, bunkmate of Lister. And Rimmer is the hologram running around, just like the Doctor. Kind of the same way, a bit of a twat waffle, but you like him. Somewhere along the way, Rimmer gets a hard light bee. That means it makes his hologram solid so he can touch things. Great. What happens on Voyager? Well, the Doctor gets his equivalent of the hard light bee.
Yeah, the mobile emitter.
Yeah. And then Rimmer is invited to join a crew of an entire ship that is a hologram and with hologram crew members. And like you said, Mike, the Doctor has the same opportunity bestowed upon him. Don't tell me that Red Dwarf is a poor man's Red Dwarf. That the
They
Voyagers-
ripped off Red Dwarf. Which one came first? Red Dwarf. Came
Red
first,
Dwarf.
right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
hell
Yeah,
yeah.
they
Red
ripped
Dwarf
off
started in '88. Yeah, Red
Well,
Dwarf
they
started
ripped
in
off
'88. man.
Babylon 5 too.
Mhm.
They ripped off JMS. He took the space station, which, you know what? Hey, I love DS9. It's my favorite Star Trek, so I'm not really complaining. But I am saying JMS came up with it first.
Yeah.
People say DS9 was first. I'm like, eh. JMS
Nope.
took it to them, and they weren't ready for it. They declined politely, and then they ended up coming up with their own.
And
Which
and
you
the
will.
pilot movies and the pilot came out the same year as DS9.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so it's like, it's all good. No one's blaming anyone. I have to go, And now with Red Dwarf, you're absolutely right, Baron.
Yeah,
You're right. Very
got
good.
that right. Yeah, and of course they had at first Patrick Stewart, when he heard about the show and all that, he was all upset. He was wondering, should we sue them? And then he actually sees the show and realizes what it fully is, and just became a huge fan.
Yeah. Oh, and one other question.
Yeah.
Why is the hologram being touted as autistic?
So,
Oh,
Look it up. Or having some sort of mental.
I think it's because of its programming, but I'm thinking it's a hologram. You can upgrade its parameters and
right.
Yeah.
Why is the Doctor more advanced than? And he was from several hundred years before.
mhm.
well, by that
And-
time, 1,000 years or some that since Starfleet Academy takes place in the 32nd century. I'm thinking,
Oh,
wait,
okay.
what did the Doctor's program start to degrade for running that long?
Well, you just download and you do
I
a scan,
God, I love it.
Norton
but-
antivirus across it, and then let them loose again, and then after a while back to Norton antivirus and all that, and then you get the short pixels here. It's like,
Okay, raise your hand. Which else of y'all, or is it just me and my cold little dead heart? Which one of y'all, when you were watching the initial trailer of this, and saw Picardo being trotted out, which one of y'all were like, oh my God, every 10 years, they got to roll him out to get the feel effect? How many? Look, am I the only one who was like, yeah, I see you, but I see you too?
Yeah,
mhm.
I was thinking, okay, so they got to take someone from a show that was mildly successful. It did carry UPN.
Yeah, it did.
You can't deny that Voyager,
Right.
carried
Yeah.
UPN because it did. But you've got to trot out a legacy character and put him in your show just to get eyes on your show. But it didn't work.
No.
See, they're trying to stretch back to that First Contact days when we see him in the movie First Contact. We're all like, "Oh my God, it's the Doctor!" Whee! And we all loved it because it was appropriate and it worked
Yeah.
in that moment. She brought him out because
Mhm.
Yep,
Ford's
they-
about to bang into her infirmary.
They're like, oh, well.
and Beverly says, I swear I never used one of these computer activated EMH programs. Please
Yes.
state the nature in the medical emergency. There's
Right.
Borg trying to break down that door, create a diversion,
Yeah.
Yeah.
do a song, do a dance,
Yeah, that was
something.
good.
Right.
Yes, and we
Yeah.
were all like, "Hell yeah!" Because it worked. It was that.
It works
bridge.
well. Yep.
Well, yeah, it gave
Or
symmetry. It's
can't
like,
do anything. Yeah. In that
well,
situation.
more importantly, if
Mhm.
the Voyager has one, it means a lot of most of the other ships in Starfleet
Yeah.
will have one. So
Yeah.
if him showing up there is like perfect.
Right.
You got the symmetry, you got the connection with the other Star Treks. It's
It's
all
brilliant.
one big happy fleet.
That's
Yes, it was magic. But that
Oh,
magic,
all right, Con. Yes, we're one big happy fleet.
Yeah.
they are desperate for that. But you're right. At this
Yeah.
point, they would need legacy and they would need something big and good. Holly Hunter and as good of the actor as the guy who played, I don't even know his name. He was the bad guy.
Yeah, Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, Paul
He's a great
Giamatti,
actor, but
whose
why?
character was supposedly
Yeah.
part human, part Tellarite, part Klingon. How does that work?
I don't know what the hell he was. But
One wild night on Risa.
He was the same people that were partying that night were the ones that the Jem'Hadar Klingons' parents were partying at. Something was in that water, and it just allowed for all these babies to be born. But yeah, he's a great actor. I mean, they have some big names in this.
Yes.
But my God.
Yeah.
But we got Holly Hunter's feet. Yeah.
Holly Hunter, and she's that whole thing is crazy.
In fact, has anyone actually talked to Quentin Tarantino? Make sure he's not about ready to jump off the building because the show got canceled. Where am I going to get my Starfleet feet? I was going to do that for my movie.
He can have a nice conversation with Dan Schneider from iCarly or Victorious or something.
Here's another thing about Starfleet Academy. They bring back Dex. Then they have her played by Tawny Newsome, who was one of the characters on Star Trek Lower Decks.
Right.
And they're trying to say, yeah, this is the same Dex. Oh, you mean the same Dex who was 300 years old by the time of DS9? And as far as the Trilcivians are concerned, they can only live to 800 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was already established in canon.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. They don't know canon.
No, they haven't known canon.
They absolutely don't. And I mean, I'm very much a normie to the Star Trek world. Compared to a lot of y'all. I mean, I'm more than probably the normie, but I'm not even a deep diver like some. And even I know more than they do out there. It's like, y'all really don't know this stuff, do you? And what was it? Wasn't it okay? One of the hypes when they first was viewing, dropping this trailer, and there were, press tour and all that stuff, was that everyone loved Star Trek in the show. They were such fans of Star Trek.
Oh yeah, the typical, playbook. Okay, let's bring out the playbook. You have to act like you love Star Trek. Robert Picardo, you are on a Star Trek series, so talk about what it means to you. But everybody hype up your love for Star Trek, even if you never watched a single episode of any series in your life.
Right. That's exactly. We know now that's what they were told, because the Jem'Hadar Klingon chick, there was a video of her floating around, and she was basically, saying goodbye and how wonderful it was, and, sorry that we're canceled and blah, blah, blah. And when she was making and then she says something like, even though I've never seen Star Trek before, or I'd never, and I was like, what? Wait a minute, time out. I thought y'all were all fans. And then she ends it, though, this wonderful tribute. She ends it with whitewashing.
Yeah.
I was like, bitch, the original crew got all y'all beat because it was organic. And you know what? And I do check off in that, because at that time, Russians might well have been a different species for Americans. So check off does not count.
True.
Real diversity.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see the ugly face of racism, and what her statement was absolute racism.
This is everything now, Arwen. I mean, look at what they're doing to Supergirl. I mean, somebody makes a comic about her being a drunk party girl. Are you kidding me? It's like, this stuff is just idiotic. And then there's other people, oh, let's give it a chance. Let's see how it goes. I'm like, yes, let's do that again. Yes, let's see how that goes. So,
but when did showing a character or a hero or whatever, an icon or something, when did showing someone's base nature be more inspiring than them trying to live at their best nature?
Exactly.
When did it flip?
I would probably say, from going back to even watching like an old episode of Modern Family and some of that other stuff, probably around 2012, that you could start seeing them just sneaking things in there. 2.5 Men, whatever it is, just sneaking stuff in there and seeing what happens. But if you explain things, because the whole thing is, when we've had lesbians, we've had a lot of this other stuff. It just wasn't in your face. We even had stuff in Babylon 5 that was very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but it was never in your face. You're just like, huh.
Oh,
So they might have
Ivanova
had
and
a really-
Talia.
That's right.
Absolutely
That's
threw
right.
down.
And it was
Ooh,
I wish it
interesting.
was a fight
Right.
scene.
Of course. It was interesting.
we all
It's like,
know it.
well, that happened.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, here's something where the base nature actually worked. 1966, original Star Trek, The Enemy Within. Kirk is split into two. Well, you can
Yes.
look at the fact that his quote unquote more barbarian side was closer to that base nature. It's like, I want to drink, eat, and have carnal relations, whether they want to with me or not.
Right.
And then, of course, the other one basically became a soy boy that we'd see on, of course, Discovery and all the others, Kurtzman Star Treks. But it was showing that humanity needs both its base and that heightened.
Right.
And it's just the fact that you have to control it. Now, Star Trek did it right.
Right.
They showed
Perfect.
They wanted to, in entertainment
It
in
was
general,
perfect.
from video games to Trek to all this other stuff, they were like, okay, we can't have this masculinity anymore. This is the way it has to.
Remember, they would always consider it toxic masculinity.
Right. Exactly.
Anytime guys act like guys,
right?
We get shamed for it.
Right.
Their comment in season 2 of Discovery. Okay, enough with the mansplaining.
Right.
And wait, hold up. You've got this guy who's giving you information, and you're just going to tell him to shut up because you don't want to listen to him?
Yeah, I remember that clip. Yeah, it says, "Shut up, I'm the captain now." No, but really, it's so crazy. So they start sneaking this stuff in and all this stuff. It's like, that's why it's so easy to make jokes. It's like you take something like Splinter Cell, for example. It's not Sam Fisher anymore. It's going to be Samantha Fisher. It's going to be his daughter. It's like, my dad never mattered. I'm the real person. Like this kind of craziness goes on.
Heading back to Discovery there. Right? Kurtzman, I'm going to use coffee mug logic and put it in there because I'm so intelligent. And of course, the captain's black, right? So it's like she's got her mug that says, shh, shh, black woman's talking.
Right.
I mean, what's more racist? How racist is that?
I know.
That's not Star Trek.
No.
Oh my God, that is attention to detail. They are determined to get that point across, aren't they?
Yes.
That's not no faux pas. That's when you get your props department involved.
Right.
And the props department is more than happy to do it.
The people working
I don't know
for
if she had that mug, but she's using that logic with the mansplaining. But it'd be great if they did actually have that mug on there.
They don't want, like, their equality in their minds are like, okay, the woman will attack the man all the time, and if the man talks back, that's enough. You're fired. You're gone. Get out of here.
Yeah.
No,
so
their logic cache is the man doesn't know anything. The man is stupid. Men are stupid.
Yep.
But it needs to be a woman who takes the reins and takes charge. However, Deep Space Nine. You had Cisco. Kira didn't want Cisco or any other member of Starfleet. They're on the station. They're at Bajor. By the end of the series, they had mutual respect for each other. They had mutual admiration for one another. They cared about one another.
Yes, because they showed the actual background, and people actually cared about Kira and these characters because there was actually background there that, that's why they're like this. But now it's just like, oh no. Even if you see good dialogue in a lot of these new shows, even before, then it's just the situation. It's like, oh well, the woman cheated on the man, but the man is fine with it. Oh, okay, because he has to be. Like it's so ridiculous.
It's Oktoberfest.
They've stripped all the masculinity from the men, and they've stuck it on the women.
Right. And so now the women are like, well, where are the masculine men? Where are they? You know, and so
Well,
we've seen this in Marvel. We see this in Star Wars. We see this. It's like you're a Boba Fett, for example. You're a crime boss. If they don't do what you want, you feed them to your fucking rancor, man. Come on. No. He has to be really goofy and stuff, and then we've got to.
No,
Yes.
Cash, you got to get like Corleone.
Oh, Corleone.
What have they done to my boy?
That's right.
You gonna take care of him.
That's right.
I mean, compared to the perfect example of Kurtzman Trek, where you have the guy at the station go, Captain, port shields are dropping. Quit mansplaining to me.
Right. It's just crazy. Yeah. It's so nuts to me, like all this stuff, and they want to tear down this whole thing about the family values and all this stuff that all this stuff was built on before, because this is a different time now, different time. So it's so crazy, all this stuff. Even
they want to get rid of the nuclear family. That's
they do.
Exactly
they want to get rid of.
They do. It's crazy, and yet you still are seeing that even in these animated stuff of Disney. Why have these movies made, like even Deadpool Wolverine? Of course, people want to see Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine and in the iconic suit. Cool. But if you really analyze that movie, that plot is a bit thin, but it's a fun movie. So it probably deserves all the money that it got.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't need to be a masterpiece of storytelling. It's just got to be fun. And
we need good popcorn movies. We need that, because remember when years ago when the theater was pretty much your one big source of entertainment. There was video, but you know what I mean. When shit came out, everyone was going to it.
Yeah, every week a new movie would come out, people would go see it.
Right. And in between the big blockbusters, the big planned, the ones they knew, okay, we put a lot of money into this is going to do well. They would put hundreds of just popcorn, like especially in the summer, popcorn movie summer.
Right.
And that's why when like E.T. became huge, I think in the summer, or there was some movie that became massive in the summer. They didn't expect it to do as well as it did. And that's where the sleeper genre was born.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually for a movie that does extremely well and becomes a massive hit in the summer, because they just used to churn those kinds of movies out to keep us tied over until the next big budget film came down the pike.
Yes, exactly. And not all those movies were good, but there was so many. I mean, people, we can say whatever we want about Transformers and all this stuff. There was still banter, there was still funny dialogue, there was still robot battles. I mean, it's just, but a lot of things have just changed so much. It's like they don't even have a lot of a good formula anymore for this stuff. They used to.
There's a basic formula for Transformers. It's Autobots versus Decepticons.
Of course, man. Obviously, so it's just a lot of this stuff. I mean, I even give like stuff like The Walking Dead some credit, because they're still trying to invent the wheel with staying within the formula. And that's like what you've got to do. That's why these shows keep going on. And people say, oh, they're beating a dead horse. No, they're trying to make the zombies different. They're trying within that formula.
Yeah, and real quick to answer the lawn suffering's question, he's been behaving as far as he can behave, which is
right. That's right. Exactly. That's fair.
Barely.
And Godzillionaire, to answer your previous question, are you still talking about space communists? We are still talking about space communists, also known as New Trek. And you want to know why? Because the fact that there will be no Starfleet Academy after season 2, that's something to celebrate. Because if Paramount Skydance is smart, they're going to tell Kurtzman out the door and take this trash with you.
It's even
maybe out the window.
It's even these like popular shows. It's like maybe they should come back. No, we'll just put him in comic book form. Well, that's fine, but can't we do more with this? I mean, even like the He-Man toys, some of them look cool, but I'm just not interested in that movie. I just want Eternia. Whole thing on Eternia.
Yeah.
It's like the publicity stills for the He-Man figures that they brought out. everybody's freaking out over the ones that are done by Barbie and say, "Why is there a Barbie label?" I'm thinking, folks, that's because that's the Barbie line of He-Man toys. So if you want He-Man with fabulous secret hair, then that's the
exactly.
He-Man for you, bud.
That's right.
Comes with its own brush.
Yes. No.
Oh my god! Exactly.
I mean, as big as look at stuff like even that Barbie movie, for example, Arwen, like they had to have like a transgender Barbie. I mean, this stuff wasn't it Dylan Mulvaney, I think, or some bullshit. Like this stuff is just ridiculous.
Oh, and I got in trouble off the air with the joke I said about that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see because I don't have any of the other lights on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Masters of the Universe Transformers crossover. He-Man wearing Optimus Prime armor. I bought that last week.
Good. So
Barbie,
Ken is in the corner going, "What do you mean? She gets one, and I haven't had one for 60 years."
I mean, why do I get it. People want to defend this stuff. Like, oh, isn't that funny in the He-Man trailer? He's making fun of the people who like pronouns and stuff. And I'm like, is he? It's like, but why is this necessary? Like, why? Can we just not do this anymore? Like, can we actually get a really good live action He-Man movie? Is that so hard?
Can we just get one that takes place completely on Eternia? Forget Earth?
Yes.
There was always some
That would be
humor in
nice.
there, but and then there's this other stuff out there. Is that live action Voltron show going to come out? Is it going to make sense?
Movie, Cash,
Whatever.
movie.
Excuse me, movie. Yes.
Whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Cash would say whatever.
It's just really, but it's so ridiculous. Like all these things, the new Street Fighter film. Are we actually going to get something maybe closer to the anime? Probably not, but who knows?
That's okay. That's what I don't understand. It's like, look, when you're building off of a series and you have new characters, all right, maybe I could understand where you might go astray. But when you are replicating something that is there already, and you're just trying to put that in another medium, how the hell did they get it so wrong?
Right.
But it's right there. The story, the characters, everything is right there, and you already know those things made this a success. So if you're going to recreate that in film, you might want to copy that as best you can.
Exactly.
But
yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, are really a lot of people very excited, even though Henry Cavill's in it, for a remake of Highlander? I mean, all this stuff. I mean, look, even the Naked Gun, the last one. I know some people liked it. I know Jace liked it. Nothing. That's fine. Whatever. But it didn't do well at the. It didn't do well at the box office. I tried to watch that one night on cable or whatever, and it was just I watched some of it and I just turned it off. It just the slapstick comedy just felt so forced. It can't feel forced. That's not how it works.
Yeah, it has to be something that's expected. And you are like entering a contract. When I go in to see this movie, I know what I'm getting and I'm fully prepared for it. Or it has to be people that are so talented at doing it that you're forced to enjoy it, even if you don't like that kind of humor. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean,
surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
See, deadpan, and it works.
Yes.
It works.
Yeah, that's why I played the clip. It's that deadpan humor that was in Airplane, it was in Naked Gun, and it worked.
Yes, it
so
did.
Good, so good.
And the bathroom humor worked in those movies too. So I mean, and it wasn't
because it wasn't grotesque.
It wasn't just always in your face. I mean, it's just like people like Seth MacFarlane. He can do some cool stuff, but then he reverts back to his other bullshit. Like Family Guy has become mostly just a bunch of bathroom humor. Even the last season of like Curb Your Enthusiasm, which used to be really, really funny, was more about bathroom humor. It's like, this is so lazy, man.
Because that's the route they want to go. They want to go the easy, lazy route.
Yeah.
Okay, what story can we rehash? I mean, hell, Strange New Worlds rehashed Balance of Terror and didn't do it at all. as good as the original series did.
Then bring in the Gorn, which they hadn't even met yet.
No, not until Arena. I mean, I had fun talking about Bounce Terror with you and Pops, Baron. Just how good that episode was. How you had two commanders on two opposite sides, and one's trying to think what the other's going to be doing. It was such a good cat and mouse episode, and then they try to rehash it. It's like, no, leave it alone. Leave all these episodes that have already been done alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've already destroyed canon enough. You have just proven that you're not part of the Star Trek universe that we know. And and how great Mark Leonard was as the commander. I mean, both Shatner and Leonard doing such a great job.
And another time, I could have called you friend.
Yeah.
But they finally, even like an anime show, or when they finally had the reviews or the ratings have dipped a bit. The viewership has dipped a bit, but I mean, it's still, I've been watching One Piece with this person that I know, and he's a huge fan, and they've done some things right, but I know they race swapped a lot of characters. But if they still feel like the characters are supposed to be in the anime, I'm not saying I would have done it that way, but it's just, if that's what they want to do, and Netflix keeps doing these things. I mean, they got the live action Scooby-Doo, which I have a bad feeling about, but
I hadn't heard of that.
Yeah. They do this stuff. It's like, are you going to at least understand the formula? I mean, even when you go back into the day, and even though the Flintstones movie, the live action one and stuff, they still, to an extent, understood what the formula is.
Yeah. So, agreed.
That's what's important. And so a lot of these people, they don't care about that. They don't care about that. So
I have to say that original Flintstones movie was really cast well.
Yeah.
Love her, hate Rosie O'Donnell. She was a great Betty. She really was a great Betty.
Yep. Yeah, it was always, it's just the formula. It's like, okay, I can agree that like the first Street Fighter movie, it's like more of a popcorn movie. But without Raul Julia, that movie wouldn't probably be very good at all. He was great as Bison. He was great. The best thing about that movie. I mean, even the first He-Man film, as goofy as it is, the best things about it were the Eternia scenes. But there was also values in there. So it's just, but people don't care about this stuff. Why should we care? We can just make this goofy stuff. We can do one bitch after another, as I always like to call it, where it just lectures you all day. Oh, all these evil white people. Oh, yeah. Like it's crazy. They're white. They have to be evil white men too. And like Sean Penn has to be some retarded general, whatever. I mean, that's basically what he played as. This is the worst performance I've ever seen him do on screen. I was just like, this is amazing. Yeah. But, and so like all this stuff is lecturing you and stuff. And even these award shows, like all this stuff. And it just, even Disney, some of this stuff is like, we fucked up. Like, we're going to have to erase this. We really fucked up, like badly. Yeah. So yeah, I don't really understand like the mindset of let's see how much money we can lose for our company. I'm like, that doesn't seem very good, but we have all these properties, so we can do what we want. And of course, Disney has had recently a few big hits, movies that have made over $1 billion. So
it's they are missing the point. Shows like Star Trek, shows, sci-fi fantasy shows, things that have kind of evolved over time that a lot of us still watch. They are trying to get new viewers. Fair enough. They want new viewers. Of course, they want to be fresh. They want to get in new eyes, new money, yada, yada, yada. But what they don't realize is that even though a lot of these things are very mainstream now, they started out niche. And the crowd that was there from the beginning, even the ones they picked up along the way, we're wanting niche Star Trek. That is your audience, because the new and younger audience, they're not watching this bullshit.
No.
They don't give
No.
two flips about
No.
Star Trek because they haven't been picked up along the way.
Right.
So they are alienating the audience that is already there, has always been there, and always will be there if you just give us Star Trek. Don't give us your interpretation of this weird sci-fi show that isn't possibly maybe Star Trek, but we got Holly Hunter bitches. But oh yeah, we got a gay Klingon and a bird watchers. We're so sensitive. The crowd you are catering to is not watching. They don't care about Star Trek.
And they never will. That's
They
the main
won't.
thing. They never will. They're not gonna be like myself, for example, who was 7 years old when he started watching Star Trek, and really started liking Star Trek with Tomorrow's Yesterday.
There you go.
They're not going to be that kid who
No.
still watched cartoons, but was like, "What's this? Ooh, what's this character about? What's this Spock guy like?"
Taco.
Yeah, they're not. They're watching The Bachelor. They're watching, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. They're hooking up on Tinder. And look, no shade to them. They're young. Let them go sow their wild oats. They're not sitting there caring about Star Trek Academy.
Right. Well, I mean, that's cheap television. And of course it happened because of these writers' strike. These people got very greedy, and they're just like, I'm so amazing. And that's how these people act nowadays. A lot of them in Hollywood, even these older people, I deserve this role. This person needs to be a Latino. This person needs to be this. Let these people make the shows and the stories that they want to make. Stop trying to push your agenda. If you want to make it, go make your crazy fan fiction, whatever, with your furries and your playing in the water, whatever the fuck you want to do.
Right.
But stop thinking that this stuff is going to become reality, or it needs to become reality.
The next captain is a furry. I can see it now.
Well,
it's like something out
I mean,
of the
there is the cat species, Baird.
Yep, vacations.
Or a human that identifies as a Klingon. Well, who can say anything about it? Why not?
You could see that kind of if you have a human that's served with Klingons for a long period of time. He thinks like the Klingons do. He does things the way the Klingons do.
Why not? That would make more sense than a Jim Hadar Klingon crossover.
Yes, it's just it's ridiculous.
Even Kalar, played by Susie Plaxton, first started in the second season of Next Generation. When she was introduced, she was half human, half Klingon.
Yeah,
but she was still a strong character.
Yes, she was. She was actually. She's another woman. Here we go. Another female character. She was very strong. She was Klingon, but she was feminine and sexy.
Yes.
And you can see the human side come out in her way, easier than others.
Yeah.
Than other Klingon human. But again, it's all there. They just have to let it be there. And you know what else they missed out on? Star Trek is like a lot of stuff. When you grow up watching it, or when you start watching it, guess what? You introduce that shit to your children. My children know Star Trek because of myself and my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they will grow up. It's just like with Doctor Who. We introduce them to Doctor Who. They love Doctor Who. Legacy Who, let's just say.
Yeah.
They will pass that on to their children. That is where they would get their fan base.
That's how a lot of these fan bases have been passed along.
Yeah.
From parents
to
their children, or grandparents to their children.
Yeah.
And to their grandchildren. And, Godzillionaire says, I identify as a Klingon. I have said that multiple times. Godzillionaire's heard me say that. I identify as a Klingon, especially when I'm playing a game. This game has to wanna.
It's fucking bullshit, man. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
Right?
You have to learn how to say that in Klingon if you're going to be letting your inner Klingon out.
Good to see you, AC. I hope you're doing well.
Hey, what's up, dude? But yeah, it's just like everything. And so and then the people that are also anti-woke are when it's like, there's a woman in it. It's woke. And it's like, I don't think it works that way. Like, you guys want to be better than the other side, then work on being better.
I only get nervous if I see the woman at the helm. Last thing you want is them driving a starship. Look at Deanna Troy.
That's Deanna. I was going to say that's Deanna Troy's fault. She just embraced that trope with all her little might.
You just had to crash the ship.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
Well, Riker told her to take the helm.
Yeah.
Once the star drive section exploded and the saucer section was out of control.
Yeah.
And Tim, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Hey, don't take the plot line from the jerk. Okay,
the same.
Martin did that first.
Movie. Oh my
movie's
god!
funny, yeah. But we've had like always diversity and stuff, like Morgan Freeman and Denzel Washington and just Samuel Jackson and like Samuel, he was a great Mace Windu. I mean, it's just they want to keep trying. It's like, good. I don't care if you want to put diversity. You can make a whole show with a bunch of black people, but are they going to be interesting? What about their backgrounds? How do they connect with the characters and so on and so forth? But why should we care about character development much? We can just have Holly Hunter's character run around showing her feet all the time. So, there you go.
Why did she do that? Why did the character do that? Someone explain that to me.
I don't know. I wish I knew.
I don't know.
It's
ridiculous. Oh, you see my feet? Oh, look at them. Look at my toes.
I don't even like looking at my own feet. What makes you think I'm going to look at someone else's?
I can't see my own feet.
You're on a bridge, or you're on a command, wherever the hell she was. You're with people that are subordinate to you. Put your feet away. Put your feet down.
My gosh, where are these dang shows like A Different World and stuff, which of course it's just it just they don't care about this stuff. I mean, they talk about all kinds of things in that show and different shows. I mean, it's just however people feel about Full House or any of this stuff. There were family values. There was all this. It's just same with Trek. It's just there's supposed to be for families, the things they talk about, the religions that they have is very interesting. Same with Babylon 5. These things should always be important, but why should they care? Just attack the fans if you don't like our crap.
What the fans aren't watching, they have criticism of our movie, of our TV show. Well, then maybe that should give you a hint to try to improve. I'll be honest with everybody who's watching right now, whether it's on YouTube, Rumble, or even on Blaze.
Hi, please.
If you think I can improve on something, tell me. DM me. If you're in the Discord, DM me. Say something in the chat. I'll consider it if I can get it done. If I can't get it done, then I'll figure out a way.
People, you got to speak up because he doesn't listen to me. So you got to go out there and tell them. Do it for me. Do it for me.
And made pictures over on Blaze. What's good? Well, we're talking about the demise of Starfleet Academy. That's what's good.
Yet another
and
Star
welcome.
Trek series. Yeah. And yet another Star Trek series canceled.
Okay, have they released all of season 1, or are they still dropping it out?
Yes, season 1 is completed. It's aired all its episodes. Filming for Starfleet Academy wrapped. It was either at the end of this month, not at the end of this month, end of last month, or it was at the beginning of this month. I don't know which, because I really was trying to ignore any information on the series, but they haven't done any post-production yet. So, that begs the question. Will Skydance Paramount look at this and say, okay, yeah, they've filmed all their episodes, the actors fulfilled their contracts, they got paid. Can we just shelve this thing?
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, did Holly Hunter sign on? No, bitch, I signed on for a 5-year contract. What are you talking about? I mean, they might have problems. They'll have to buy her out of that contract, which would cost them if that was the case.
Yeah, I mean, Starfleet 90210 is kind of like Christy Nome taking their dog out in the back of the barn. I mean, that's the state of the show. Boom.
I've heard it called One Tree Trek.
One Tree Trek. Yeah,
One Tree
Austin's Trek. I don't want to wait for the Klingons to take over.
Trust me, in this iteration of Star Trek, the Klingons aren't the proud warriors they used to be. They don't even have Kronos anymore.
I can't with that. You mean our influence has sissified and dumbed down our Klingons? That is not
Everybody.
I want to exist in. No.
We're the Klingons now.
They are not a proud warrior race anymore.
Oh my God, they get together with the Vogons for poetry readings now.
Oh God.
They're
no. That is, that's cruel. That is cruel. But I'll take the Vogons any day. Let's just put it that way.
Well, at this point, so would I. At least they're, consistent. The Klingons never know now what you're going to get. I mean, come on.
I like throwing people out of the airlock.
And Godzilla there says, I would give you self-tips, Mike, but you're already a master far superior to me.
I just listened to the first episode of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the radio. Yeah,
I love that movie. I do. Say Bob People Rock. I thought it was interesting. Oh, come on.
Well, I never saw the movie. I got the series on tape, DVD, and then of course the radio play. The radio play is just fantastic.
Yeah, I need to listen to the original sources. I really do because I love the whole concept of it. Like, oh my God, that was so good.
Well, you mean to tell me though, Mike, they destroyed Kronos in Starfleet 90210?
Yes. Yes, Kronos, the homeworld of the Klingon Empire, has been destroyed by dishonorable Pataks.
Wait, time out. Rewind. Seriously?
Yeah, yes. Kronos itself was destroyed.
You mean fire when ready?
Oh.
Just like Romulus was destroyed.
And Remus. Mm-hmm. And Vulcan. And
I don't think the Klingons gave a fuck about climate change.
Well, they bird watch now. Of course they do.
No, remember
climate change.
You remember how they're sitting back saying that cow farts are destroying our atmosphere? That's what happened to Kronos. It was targ farts. All these targs out there going.
But I know we can going on with this for a while. But would you like to read the article from the Hollywood Reporter about the cancellation of Starfleet Academy? Let's see their spin, because they're going to spin it.
Oh, I got spin on too. It's right between. Never mind. I got my finger out. Sit and spin.
I know. Here we are. Over an hour into the show, we're finally getting to the article. I know.
What do you mean? Almost 2 hours, Mike. Almost 2 friggin' hours.
I don't know what you're talking about, Baird.
Of course you don't, Hal.
But there we go. All right, this comes from the Hollywood Reporter. James Hibbard is the author of this article that was posted on March 23rd, Monday. Oh, happy day. Happy day.
By the way, before you get into it, stupid question. Did they even throw Star Trek in the title, or did you just go with Starfleet Academy?
No, they called it Star Trek Starfleet Academy. Harv Bennett pitched a Starfleet Academy series back in the 90s, and they said no.
Yeah, that's because they were doing what Jar Jar Abrams did. And Jar Jar Abrams sucks. And that movie sucked because of it. So,
but there is the article for everybody watching on YouTube, Blaze, and Rumble.
Hi, Blaze.
All right.
And Rumble.
Divisive Star Trek Starfleet Academy canceled after 2 seasons. The Paramount Plus Star Trek show will end after its already filmed 2nd season.
And barely aired first.
So much for Paramount's Gen Z Star Trek show. The streamer has decided to end Star Trek Starfleet Academy after season 2.
Okay, first of all, in that opening line, we have the exact freaking problem with the show. Gen Z Star Trek show.
Yep.
No, Star Trek is for everybody. You
Yep.
just don't aim it for, it's going to be Gen Z, because that is going to be the most not even remembered Star Trek, because it's all going to be topical and it's going to fade away.
It's going to date itself. That's why with the language in Star Trek before, they didn't use modern slang because they knew it would date the series.
Yeah, they invented slang
Exactly.
that they didn't use. Yeah. Or if they did use slang of the day, it was, because of like Star Trek 4. Well, double dumbass on you,
Watch where you're going, you dumbass.
I hate hearing them now use F-bombs like seriously in a sentence.
Right.
I just cannot with that. I'm like, y'all, this is Star Trek. Can we not? Can we not?
I mean, yeah, we had a little cussing, but it wasn't bad stuff like, Star Trek 3, my favorite line. Why, that green-blooded son of a bitch.
It was appropriate. Yeah, they used it where it was appropriate, and it worked. They weren't dropping F-bombs everywhere. They're just right. Yeah.
They never dropped an F-bomb until, I think, Discovery, STD.
And yeah, to complete that line from Star Trek 3, Baron, why, that green-blooded son of a bitch. This is his revenge for all those arguments he lost.
Yep. Great line. One of the best lines in Star Trek. I'm sorry. That is one of the best lines in Star Trek.
It says Starfleet Academy has been a polarizing entry in the Trek canon. It's not part of Trek canon as far as I'm concerned.
No.
Many critics have celebrated the show for focusing on a younger generation. And its coming-of-age themes. On social media, the show has been a frequent target of mockery from those who claim the show is too woke. It was too woke, Hollywood Reporter, but that you're a woke outlet, so what do I expect?
Yeah. I mean, they're coming of age story. Help, there's hair down there. Where did that come from?
Oh my God, my voice is changing.
I talk with a lisp now, and I'm a Klingon.
On Rotten Tomatoes, the show had an 87% positive critics score. Yeah, that's the critics. They're a bunch of shills.
I thought you were going to say shitheads, but okay, show shitheads. How about that?
But a dismal 51% audience score. The show also never managed to chart among Nielsen's weekly top 10 streaming list for viewership. The news comes.
How did it get high? 51% that high? I don't believe it. I don't know. I don't know.
Like I said, 15 to 20 minutes, and I was out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It says there has also been speculation about the future of Star Trek executive producer Alex Kurtzman, who has guided the franchise. No, he's tarnished the franchise.
Shat all over it.
TV revival across several shows. Kurtzman deal goes through the end of 2026. Paramount Plus is currently in talks with Kurtzman and his Secret Hideout production company about renewing or extending his deal, though it's not clear if that deal will still include oversight of Star Trek. Kurtzman has produced other titles for the company, including Hawaii Five-0, Scorpion, and Salvation. Yeah, all the shows aren't even airing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said earlier, if Skydance Paramount was smart, they would say, Kurtzman, out the door.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The last cigarette. Yeah, it's like, here's your blindfold. You want a last cigarette? Any last words?
On the film side, Paramount Pictures remains in early development on Star Trek projects. Well, how many times have we heard that they're working on something Star Trek related and it hasn't come to fruition? I'm looking at J.J. Abrams' Star Trek 4.
Which is not going to happen.
No.
They have confirmed that's not going to happen. So thank God. Thank the great bird.
CBS Studios and Paramount Plus released this statement. We're incredibly proud of the ambition and passion and creativity that went into bringing Star Trek Starfleet Academy to life. The series introduced audiences to a bold new group of characters, welcomed familiar faces, and expanded the Star Trek universe in exciting new ways. Yeah, this is just PR.
Good Lord.
We're grateful to executive producers Alex Kurtzman and Noga Landau, Gia Viol, or however you say the last name, I don't know.
Violo? I don't know.
Violo.
Bio, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And the entire cast and crew who pushed storytelling boundaries in the spirit of Gene Roddenberry's vision. And even Gene's worst stories were still better than what we got here.
Oh my God, I'm getting those pollen attacks again. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that.
We look forward to sharing the upcoming second and final season with everyone and continuing to celebrate the cast, crew, and all that was accomplished with this series.
Like
okay.
What?
Exactly, Armin. You divided the fan base even more. You could go ahead and call those of us who have loved Star Trek since we were 7 years old gatekeepers.
Right. Oh
But we were the guards.
Yeah.
We were the old guards trying to protect Star Trek's legacy.
Which is what a gatekeeper's job is to do. Your job as a gatekeeper is to make sure that that whatever property it is stays true to the original vision. But you don't want to be the over obsessive gatekeeper where you don't give them room to use the entire friggin' lane.
No, we don't want to be the helicopter mom.
Mm-hmm. I mean, let's face it. Star Trek has used the whole lane. I mean, you have the original series, which is right down the middle. Then going off to one side is Star Trek: The Next Generation, because definitely how they approached it with that show was different than Star Trek.
Yes.
And then going the other direction, almost hitting the curb, is DS9, which is great. And then kind of going back to the center is Voyager. In fact, Voyager was kind of weaving back and forth. They got pulled over, got DUI test, and Janeway was carried off to jail. And then, of course, you had Enterprise, which was kind of down the middle. But the thing is it was within the lane. That's what a gatekeeper does.
Mm-hmm. It says, in addition, Kurtzman, Landau, and Violo released a lengthy open letter about the cancellation and addressed some of the criticism surrounding the show. Here is the letter in full. Baron, would you like to read this?
Sure. Let me get my barf bag. Put it in the chat.
I hold on. I don't know who's pushier, you or Cash.
Well, right now, me, because who knows where Cash is. I think he's gone down to get some of that tofu sandwich.
He went down to get some gak.
Oh, he's never eaten a tofu gak. He doesn't even eat real gak.
The fresher the better.
Gak is best served live.
Teriyaki flavored, of course. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, here is a propaganda piece that Baghdad Bob would be absolutely proud of. So would Kim Jong-un. Okay, it's been my and Noga's joy and privilege. Oh, God, it's coming. No, okay, I hold it on. To help carry Gene Roddenberry's, you're not even worthy to have that man's name in your mouth. I'm going to walk up and slap you on stage. Extraordinary vision forward with Starfleet 90210. Thanks to the hundreds of hardworking humans. What? Who else would be working?
I don't know. Maybe it's all right. The sliding is all wrong.
hardworking humans. It's like, can you just say people? Who are men and women? Are he, them, they, she, their? I don't know. Who pour every ounce of their talent into the work daily with imagination and reverence. Oh, God, that pollen. God. We are in post-production now on what will be the second and the final season. We are so proud of what we've accomplished together on this show. And the world would get to see the work of these extraordinary artists when season 2 airs. We will finish strong.
Well, thank you, Baron Orman Shatner.
Whether you're working on Star Trek, are part of the marvel that is Star Trek fandom, it's very heart, soul, and conscience. The joy comes from adventuring across boundaries of time and space and the humanly possible in service to Roddenberry's transformative vision of the future. That incomprehensible vision was fueled by an inexhaustible optimism. Yes.
Yeah, and you don't see it in current Trek.
Nope. None. No. You got people eating combatants. Star Trek places.
I hear they're tasty.
Just okay. Can I say, you know how this is reading to me? All right, you know when those 5 girls went up in space and kind of circled the atmosphere for about 10, 15 minutes and they came back down, how they were all like, we are astronauts now, we've been touched by God. All those speeches, and it's like, girl, okay, we get what you did was fun, but come on now. That's how this is reading. What has this show done to be pontificating like they cured cancer? Like, seriously?
You know, I have to admit, though, I was surprised when they went up there, Katy Perry and the rest of that. Beasel's wife's breast implants didn't go pop when they got up there.
Are you kidding? Lauren Sanchez, before she got all the plastic surgery, used to be a beautiful woman.
Well, yeah,
did,
that's
actually.
what
She
used
really did. She did. It's like,
now,
girl,
now,
what do you do?
now she got those big breasts where one nipple looks one way, the other nipple looks the other way. It's like, I guess they got lazy nipple. Okay, Star Trek places its bets on the best in human nature. It dares to imagine a society of infinite diversity and infinite combinations. If only we knew what that was. Free of war, hate, poverty, disease, and repression, and dedicated to the spirit of scientific inquiry and respect for all life.
What scientific inquiry did you guys ever do on your shows?
See, how much tofu did they eat, man? Come on. Man.
With this article, this was a legit letter.
Yeah,
this is a legit letter from Kurtzman and Company.
I cannot. Okay.
Captain, to save your life, we have this horse suppository that you must take to save your life. So bite the pillow. Okay. Silicon-based, green-skinned, are blue. I'm certain. But make no mistake, Gene Roddenberry wasn't some starry-eyed dreamer. He was a decorated army bomber in the Pacific Theater. He had seen firsthand the grim consequences of the worst of human nature. Yeah, him and several thousand others, okay?
Exactly.
And his vision of the future wasn't just a promise of hope. It was also a warning. In a fraught, frightening time of intolerance and violence, Star Trek said, look, we made it. But just barely. First, we had to put all those ancient scourges behind us. It said that what makes us glorious as a species and gives us hope for the future, and the galaxy is inexorably linked to what makes us dangerous to each other. To this one world we presently inhabit, and to ourselves, that dual message of hope and of warning isn't just a pretty dream, but a call to action, to think about who we are in a different way. Put that dress on,
And-
Klingons.
And I'll go ahead and read this part after I say hello to Spock. Good to see you, brother. And I do use part of this quote for The Adventure Continues. Please don't take our word for it. Take Gene's. Star Trek was an attempt to say that humanity will reach maturity and wisdom on the day it begins not just to tolerate, but take special delight in differences in ideas and differences in life forms. If we cannot learn, to actually enjoy those small differences, to take positive delight in those small differences between our own kind here on this planet, then we do not deserve to go out into space and meet the diversity that is almost certainly out there. With enduring hope that his vision of the future is possible for our children, their children, and every future cadet in Starfleet Academy. Live long and prosper.
Ugh.
God, even bastardized Kurtzman quote because not Kurtzman, Gene Roddenberry. See, I'm fired up. I'm so fired up on.
It's over, man.
Well,
too much tofu in their diet, man. That's what
Because
happened.
look,
Yeah.
they are basically, that's some stolen valor right there. They are piggybacking on Roddenberry's vision because all that fluff that they just gave us, they did not give us in the show.
Right.
And what
Well,
are they
and
talking about?
Not
None
only
of
that-
this in that letter had anything to do with this damn show at all.
Well, not only that, how they treated the fans.
Yes.
Look at every fucking name they called us. Every name. I mean,
Yes.
ist and phobe. They called us National Socialists, which is probably the dirtiest downright name there is, because they're implying that you want to see people get carted off and unalived out there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Spock, I said unalived. But the thing is, these dirty bastards and bitches over there are such hypocritical pieces of shit. They never followed once Idic at all with any of these shows by Kurtzman, any of them. And how they treated people that weren't part of the little kumbaya. Gene Roddenberry was not about making a bubble. He was about popping bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
And that means you got to listen to someone you don't agree with.
Exactly. Infinite diversity and infinite combination doesn't just mean skin color. It also means diversity of thought.
That's right.
Mhm. That is absolutely right. And their answer for this entire mess was right there in that. This is for Gen Z. That is their problem, and that is their answer. They, of course, the show's not woke to them because they are peddling it to who? To Gen Z. They're used to this stuff. But again, Gen Z don't give no shits about Star Trek. They're not going to watch this mess. So the fans that are actually trying to watch it are telling them, y'all, this isn't working. And then, okay, they cancel it and then drop this letter like it's the holy grail of Star Trek. And we're supposed to be like, oh, well thank y'all for trying. No, they have the answer, but they refuse to do anything about it.
Hey, Mike, can you do me a favor? Bring that article up and just go to that first picture with Giamatti and Hunter.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Just go. Okay, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Why does he have a tic-tac-toe board?
I was asking that question when I saw that picture, Baron.
God, he does.
Even before the episode aired, I was going, why is there a tic-tac-toe board?
It's crossed. I'm dead.
It looks like, I just noticed it now. I hate to say this. I just noticed it now. I mean, we got the neck tattoos like, they think Gen Zers want, and a tic-tac-toe board tattoo to the head. I mean, jeez.
And Spock says, I'm Gen Z, and I get that it's turning Star Trek into a 32nd century campus activism seminar with modern teen slang, but
well, and that's the other thing. That's the other thing that Spock is bringing up. Whether they like it or not, A lot of Gen Z does not want this shit.
No, they're not watching.
They have no connection to it.
No,
But
they
we're
don't.
talking. But no, I'm talking about a lot of this woke crap. What they're trying to put out there that they think Gen Z wants.
Yeah.
And they don't want that garbage.
So if it was good, maybe they would be like, all right, well, maybe, let's watch. But it's not even, if they don't want it either, then it's not even what they want.
I mean, look at what they even did to stuff like Stranger Things. They divide the audience. Look at what happened in the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones. They divide the audience.
Yeah.
Well, that last episode really ticked off the audience.
As it should.
Game of Thrones.
As it should. It's ridiculous.
It doesn't exist. I've made up my own ending in my mind. I'm happy with that.
Like, why would the dragon lady act like that? But whatever. It's just
because she got nailed by Momoa. But a serious question here. How many of Gen Z are Star Trek fans? They just don't watch this Star Trek.
I don't know.
How many have been brought
I would love to find out that answer.
I think that's a very serious question, because how many people that were like Gen Xers that had this other next generation introduced their kids to the original Star Trek, Next Generation, DS9, amongst other things like Babylon 5, Doctor Who, classic Doctor Who, and all that. And I think that's a very interesting thing. If that's the case, then we know that Star Trek truly is still alive. I still think the original Star Trek is alive. But that's where their interests are, and they're not interested in this pablum that they're putting out. So I think I think that's a good question to ask out there on that. We're just taking a look at one Star Trek, but we're ignoring what effects the other ones still have today, and what this new generation that we have today might be gravitating to. I mean, just like Spock said, he's Gen Z, and he thinks this is all crap, and he's obviously liking the original Star Trek stuff better.
Of course,
obviously.
I know Spock's favorite series of the spinoffs is Voyager, because that's what he grew up watching.
Right.
And we can't all be perfect, but yeah. Just kidding, Spocko.
Take his donuts away.
I could shove Barrett out the airlock again. I don't mind.
That's right. You should.
Hey, I just had some donuts before the show, so
I bet you did.
I did.
You did.
Baron Orman Tagge's Donut Legacy. What are you talking about here?
Donuts are manna from heaven.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah, it's a sign that God loves us and wants us to be happy, to paraphrase Ben Franklin.
I agree. I'm glad I don't live near Dunkin' Donuts. That would not be good for me.
Yeah, they're good. Those are
we got Dunkin', but I don't go for Dunkin'. I go with the supermarket ones.
Oh, okay.
Supermarket ones are cheaper.
I'm sure
they're cheaper, and I think they're better. When you get a raised donut from them, you get a raised donut. I tell you what.
I do not discriminate in my donuts.
Their bakery and stuff in the.
Well, I'll take any donut.
They're good.
I will. There's preferences.
Just pick anything.
Like,
I'll take it all. Looks half eaten. Yeah. I'll eat that too. Yeah.
It's not
I don't care. Give it to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Now
it's
to
closing time at the bar. It's like not my type, but
now to shift gears from Starfleet Academy and all of Kurtzman Trek. I do want to touch upon an article about someone who we lost on Monday as well. And
bad news with the good news, sadly.
And all I'm going to do is quote her co-star who we lost last year, Miss Tessmacher.
Miss Tessmacher.
Yes, so let's get to that article about Valerie Perrine.
I'm going to be stupid here, and I'm being 100% serious. I honestly thought she passed away a couple years ago, so this was an extra surprise for me.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, and I'm not joking or being whatever. It's like, oh, she was still around. Oh,
Yes, she was. Valerie Perrine, Superman and Oscar-nominated Lenny Starr, dies at 82. Again, this was posted on Monday. This is by Carmel Daggett. Beautiful lady.
Oh, yes, she was.
And that dress she had in Superman, oh my word, it really did a lot for her.
Mm-hmm. Valerie Perrine, who was Oscar nominated for Best Actress for her performance in Bob Fosse's 1974 Lenny Bruce biopic Lenny, and appeared prominently in Richard Donner's Superman films as Lex Luthor's girlfriend, Miss Tessmacher, died Monday in Beverly Hills. She was 81.
And she wanted some soups too. I mean, it's like, yeah, Lex is nice, but ooh, you got the muscles.
Her friend, Stacey Souther, announced her death on Facebook, writing, "It's with deep sadness that I share the heartbreaking news that Valerie has passed away. She faced Parkinson's disease with incredible courage and compassion, never once complaining. She was a true inspiration who lived life to the fullest. And what a magnificent life it was. The world feels less beautiful without her in it."
Oh.
Yeah. Parkinson's, man. Damn.
Yeah.
Souther continued, "Please consider donating, sharing, and helping spread the word for her funeral. GoFundMe. Her final wish is to be laid to rest at Forest Lawn Cemetery, but after more than 15 years of fighting Parkinson's, her finances are exhausted. Let's come together to make her last wish a reality. She truly deserves it." Souther shared a GoFundMe link, which I will go ahead and copy that link and put it into the chat. If anybody would like to donate, if you can, then please do so. So just get it over to Rumble and Blaze. It says Perrine was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2015. Lenny yielded 6 Oscar nominations, including one for Perrine for Best Actress. Stand-up comedian Lenny Bruce was a complex, controversial figure, and Fosse's biopic starring Dustin Hoffman inspired a wide range of strong reactions from critics. Roger Ebert said the performances around Hoffman are designed primarily to reflect off his, but Valerie Perrine as Honey does create her own character in an interesting way. The movie stays ambiguous about several aspects of her personality. There's a menage a trois that played for erotic effect while it's on, and then used to inspire an ambiguous fight. But she does project a certain tarnished sexuality, and she gives us at last a stripper without a heart of gold.
Dustin Hoffman as Lenny Bruce, I can definitely see that. I'm not really familiar with that film, to be honest.
I've never seen it, and
Heard of it, but no, I don't know.
In a poignant scene in 1978's Superman, in which Christopher Reeve's Man of Steel is lying in a pool near death because of kryptonite, with which Lex Luthor has adorned him, Perrine showed that Miss Tessmacher was more than just a beautiful woman that the evil genius keeps around, clearly aching at Superman's suffering, but also wanting him to stop a nuclear missile. One of 2 Luthor has set into motion that's heading for Hackensack, New Jersey, where her mother lives. She enables his escape. More recently, Perrine drew acclaim for her relatively small role in Nancy Meyers' huge box office hit, What Women Want, $324 million worldwide, making it the number 2 romantic comedy of all time. In the 2000 film, Mel Gibson's character supernaturally attains the ability to read the thoughts of women. And the discoveries he makes are quite disappointing to the self-confident womanizer. Roger Ebert said, "At work, 2 assistants, Valerie Perrine and Delta Burke, approve categorically of everything he does, but mind reading reveals they never think about this." Variety described this moment in the movie as one of the film's funniest gags. In the 2000s, Perrine guested on TV series including Just Shoot Me and Third Watch. And she made her final big screen appearance in Silver Skies in 2014. Valerie Ritchie Perrine was born in Galveston, Texas. Her mother had been a dancer at Earl Carroll's Vanities. The family moved frequently as Perrine's father was a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army who was transferred from post to post. Perrine was featured in a pictorial layout in Playboy's May 1972 issue and on the cover of the magazine in August of 1981. During PBS 1973 broadcast of Bruce J. Friedman's Steam Bath on Hollywood television theaters, she became the first actress to purposely appear nude on U.S. television as she completely bared her breast in a scene in which was seen taking a she was seen taking a shower from the side. Only a few PBS stations opted to air the program.
But
And it's supposed to be public. The public wanted it.
Heyo.
It
She would
says,
laugh at that. She would laugh at that.
yeah. After some time as a showgirl in Las Vegas, Perrine first appeared on screen in George Roy Hill's adaptation of Kurt Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse-Five,
Kurt Vonnegut.
1970. Oh, sorry, my bad.
And they forgot to put the junior in there.
Slaughterhouse-Five. Well, I've never seen Slaughterhouse-Five.
I think
1972.
Yeah, 1972.
And yes, that's my excuse. Playing the beautiful Hollywood starlet Montana Wildhack. In 1973, she was the female lead in The Last American Hero, in which Jeff Bridges played a moonshine runner turned NASCAR driver, and Perrine played a girl in whom Bridges is interested, but who turns out to be a racetrack groupie, providing her own prizes to the winners. According to the Cleveland Press, Tony Mastroianni. It says, after appearing in Lenny in 1974, she starred with Rod Steiger in Arthur Hilller's W.C. Fields and Me. 1976, with Terrence Hill in the action road picture Mr. Billion. 1977, before taking on the mantle of Miss Tressmacher for the first 2 Superman films starring Christopher Reeve. She appeared in Sidney Pollack's Robert Redford Jane Fonda vehicle, The Electric Horseman, in 1979, and the New York Times said Miss Pollack has also cast the supporting roles with care, especially Willie Nelson, the country music star, as Sonny's laid-back rodeo pal, Valerie Perrine as Sonny's sweet but not infinitely patient former wife, and John Saxon as the amusing, ruthless head of AMCO. The actress who also appeared with The Village People in the 1980 musical comedy Can't Stop the Music says after Superman 2, she starred as the wife of Jack Nicholson's disaffected Border Patrol agent in Tony Richardson's The Border, 1982, and starred opposite Michael Caine in the adventure comedy Water in 1985. The actress tried series regular television with Leo and Liz in Beverly Hills in 1986, in which she starred opposite Harvey Korman. But the CBS show, co-created by Steve Martin, lasted only 6 episodes. In 1987, feature comedy Made to Order, Ali Sheedy starred as a young bride who, by means of fairy godmother teaching her a life lesson, is suddenly alone and homeless, and finally gets a job as a domestic for a couple. Roger Ebert said the couple played by Valerie Perrine and the late Dick Shawn are the highlight of the movie. They're the kind of people Mel Brooks was thinking about when he spoke of rising below vulgarity. They're simple-minded, silly, ridiculously in love with material possessions, and even more in love with each other. The actress starred with Elizabeth Taylor and Mark Harmon in the 1989 TV adaptation of Tennessee Williams' Sweet Bird of Youth, directed by Nicholas Roeg. During the 90s, Perrine guested on series including Northern Exposure, Homicide: Life on the Street, ER, Nash Bridges, and The Practice. She also appeared on daytime soap operas As the World Turns as Dolores Pierce in 1998 and through 1999 before scoring a role in Nancy Meyers' extraordinarily successful 2000 comedy What Women Want.
She certainly had a good career.
She certainly did.
Yeah.
I got to give Variety credit. That was actually a quality article.
That was actually a well-written article where they weren't bashing the person who passed away.
Yes.
Well, I think what it is because he had one person doing it, unlike the others, where it's like,
Right.
Yeah, where you have 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah. But I didn't realize she was in W.C. Fields with me. I remember that movie as a kid and watched it, and it even had went to the library and got the book that was based off of. And I didn't. It's like, okay, she's the young secretary helper or whatever of W.C. Okay, I didn't realize that was her. Wow.
And I her name's escaping me right now, but she was in Superman as one of the 3 members of Zod's crew. But I remember seeing a picture of her last year with Valerie, visiting her, and it's hard to believe that there's only 3 members of the original Superman 78 movie cast still alive.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, because Ned Beatty's gone.
Yes.
Margot's gone. Gene sadly is. Of course, Randall, he's been gone for a while.
He's been gone for a while, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And of course, you're talking. Of course, Terrence Stamp is gone.
He's gone.
He died last year, unfortunately.
He had a great, great.
And Sarah, so who you're talking about there? Sarah Douglas as General Zod's second in command.
Yeah.
You know who else was in Superman?
Who else?
William Russell, who played Ian in the one of the first companions of the Doctor. He was one of the elders on Krypton. But I was going to share this. I was going to share this when we had that. But he was using his. I think he was using his real name. It was like Russell Enoch or something, or whatever it is, like his real name. So that's what you would see in the credits. I don't know why he decided to do that, but yeah, he was one of the elders in that movie. I don't think he had a speaking line, but he was there. So a little crossover, a little interesting.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just amazing how much stuff. Well, how much of it was filmed in the UK, and boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Glenn Ford, Jackie Cooper, Ned Beatty, Trevor Howard. It's just they had what a cast they had, but sadly, how many not with us?
Mm-hmm.
That is a shame. It really is.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we still had Nan, the big guy who didn't speak, and Susanna York. So at least the bad guys outnumber the good guys. This is their chance.
But no, I mean, we're losing these great actors and actresses, and honestly, we don't have anybody to replace them with. Who's going to fill in their shoes, like we've mentioned many times, Baron?
Oh yeah, I mean, look at the natural beauty. She's such a beautiful woman.
Yeah,
All
I'll bring her up
natural.
on the screen again.
Yeah, all natural beauty, right? No, I mean, and yeah, I mean, she had a little help with that dress as Miss Tessmacher, but not much help. Let's just put it that way. Just gave him some height, but I mean,
I'm gonna say this, and I know I'm gonna piss people off, but she was a natural Texas beauty.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she's that during that time too. It was like that Bo Derek, Linda Evans, her. It was kind of that icy blonde, blue-eyed, fresh looking. It was really, really popular at the time. And she had that look. Yeah, she had that look.
Yeah, I mean, I love that smile that she's got on there. It's just natural. And you take a look at what we're being fed today as quote unquote sex symbols and the sexy women and all that. And it's not that they don't have classy tattoos. It's just like they have tattoos all over their body, like they look like a NASCAR out there. And it's like the last thing I want to see during a nude scene in a movie is Amco and Phillips and stuff like that. One on her ass that's for BP. It's just no. I mean, it's different than if they have like the sleeve, like the Japanese have that sleeve that goes down their arm and that beautiful artwork.
Yeah,
but but it's like you got the trash twos. That's trash twos. I just invented something there. And
you don't
of course,
want to
all
see,
the fake stuff.
the gas at Bucky's across her ass or anything like that.
Yeah, Bucky's. Yeah. Bucky's rear entrance. Yeah. Whoa, where did that come from?
Like, no.
Fire that guy. Fire that guy who said that. But no, excuse me. But no, I mean, but you take just like you're saying, throughout the 80s and all that, just we had the beautiful girls next door. We had the beautiful, glamorous girls. Sometimes you start finding out those glamorous girls look like the girl next door as well, given the opportunity. But it's just it was before the age of a ton of doing body work on people. Yeah, you had women going out there thinking they need to have enhancements in the bosom area or whatnot, but we didn't have Botox, botulism being shoved into the lips.
Yeah.
But now you got these women that are in their 20s thinking they need to have all this cosmetic work. And it's like, babe, please, you're young and beautiful. Don't do it.
People in Hollywood are now abusing Ozempic and stuff like that. Another thing to abuse. It's just crazy, and it looks weird. And then it's like these women nowadays, the Cynthia Erivo, the Ariana Grande, some of these other people, they're so skinny. It's like you could break them over your leg. But
yes,
it's really, Revo or whatever the hell her name is.
Doesn't look healthy. This doesn't look healthy, and people are like, leave them alone. It's like the Britney thing, leave it alone. But it's really sad that there's women out there, and Ellen Page used to be an attractive woman. She really was, and it's really just something. And people are like, well, we have to be more understanding. But remember, they don't care about our feelings, but we got to always care about theirs.
Now Ellen Page looks like Guilford Godfrey. It's like
she's not looking well. Not looking well.
No.
But I have to see that stupid Gucci ad again with Elliot Page and whatever. I'm going to vomit. But no, really, it's
glad
just
I missed it.
Yeah, right. But these, it's just weird, and people want to be bald and stuff. Like, what is this? The Jada Pinkett symptom or something? I can't.
No, it's a Joy Reid. Oh my God. It looks so good on her. Look how sexy she is. Joy Reid out there with the big old bald head of hers, and she's the sex symbol of the news world. I tell you what.
That's right. She is. Yeah.
No, but
go ahead.
Oh no! You're a guest. You're a visitor. Ladies first.
Well, I was just gonna say, okay, speaking of Cynthia Erivo, I mean, we all pretty much know what Ariana Grande looked like before the
Yes,
Ascension.
she looked
But
normal.
if you look at Cynthia Erivo, she was a big woman, and what I mean by that is she was fit. That woman had muscle. She
Mhm.
had guns for days, and she looked amazing. And
She
I
she
look
has
at
a
her
nice
now,
voice,
and I
Darwin. I can
don't
admit.
even recognize her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's got
Mhm.
talent.
Yes.
She's got talent. But that physique that she worked to get before that, it is gone. She is
Kind
gone.
of like
She's got
Grace
muscle
Jones.
Grace Jones has always looked healthy compared to Cynthia
Yeah.
Erivo.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, was her
Absolutely.
look
Oh, you
like
mean
that?
like her strong? Yeah, like
Yeah,
Grace
she
Jones,
pulled-
but even a little bigger, even a little.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Baron. Yes.
I didn't know
She
anything
had-
about that person, and of course, until Wicked,
Yeah.
Darwin. So I didn't know
I
anything
didn't know
about
much about her
Cynthia
until that.
Erivo
Yes.
until that. Yeah.
Well,
She
and
was
let's
so
take a step
healthy.
back to Grace Jones here, right? 80s and
Yeah.
all that. He was kind of
Mhm.
the wild child back then, but
Right.
she wasn't
Mhm.
overtly outrageous. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, she had that style haircut. Yeah, she,
Yeah.
she lived large, and of course, impressive figure, good looking woman, and all that. But that's what we had to offer. That was kind of woo, off to the side, and she still let her beauty out.
She was kind of our Lady Gaga, but way more avant-garde and cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Everybody
Exactly.
liked her.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she was just so. Oh my God, Grace Jones, and is she gonna hug me or kill me? I mean, you just know. You
Mhm.
never know when quite they knew where they stood with her.
Right.
Hell, she was a Bond girl.
Yes.
Yes.
hmm
Yes.
hmm
So
I mean,
that's why when they roll this stuff out, like I'm the first POC to do this or the first POC to do that. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
y'all aren't.
mhm.
Hell, even the I'm Alive segment of the Muses in the movie Xanadu, every one of those chicks is a different nationality. The Greek Muses. You talk about being progressive. That's the difference. There's woke and then there's forward thinking.
Yes.
I haven't seen that movie in since I saw it
Xanadu.
on cable back in the 80s.
Oh God, I watched that scene the other day on YouTube, y'all. I was just
Oh.
like, oh, I'm alive.
Oh, and that song Xanadu was such a monster hit. I tell you.
God, the whole soundtrack. I love ELO.
Yeah.
I love ELO. My first single I
Oh,
ever bought was ELO. It was a purple single. Purple 45. Sweet talking woman, y'all. My first adult quote unquote single. Paid with my own money.
But yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just you look at these people, of course, who pass away, who were really classy, and then what you see now, and it's like, look, you can look any way you want, I guess, but it's just that Emma Watson. I remember a few years ago, she looked like a stick. It's like, are you eating? Are you healthy? Are you having problems? I just look at a lot of these women in Hollywood now, and I go, are they actually women? I mean, I know that sounds mean, but just it's really odd. And these looks, and they want to look more like men, and then we see our art, and women need to look more mannish and strong chins and stuff, and it's weird. Yeah.
What you need to do is you need to do the Taiwan tuck to find out if it's a woman or not.
Oh boy, Farron.
I'm not kidding. That's what you have going on over there.
He's talking about the lady boys, is what
Yes,
he's talking
I know
about.
he is.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
still.
that's a real thing. You got
I know.
guys that do
I know
when
it
they get
is.
opposition.
I know. I know they
And you
even
have
talk.
to check the front because the back, some of them know how to
They
cut
went
on
crazy with
themselves.
that in Hangover Part 2. How can I forget? Some of that was just fucking gross. But
Well, I know.
that movie, the first one was probably the best. The second one was better. But
I didn't like the
third
second
one.
one.
No, the second one was gross. Excuse me. The third one wasn't bad, but I don't know. I forgot a lot of things
Third
in
one?
these movies. Yeah, there was 3. There's 3
Oh,
Hangover.
Yeah,
Which
there were
movie?
3 Hangover movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many I have not seen? 4 of them.
I went and saw the Hangover one
Mm-hmm.
with my mom after she and my sister went and saw it, and they loved it.
Movie's funny, but I don't know. Is
Hey,
it memorable?
I looked at my mom after we saw it. I said, believe you saw a movie like this. I can understand if I went and saw it because I was at the right age, but
Yeah. You naughty
But
boy.
I mean, you see what happened to Drew Barrymore. Even somebody like Kelly Clarkson is probably more even classier, I guess, than Drew Barrymore. She's not as crazy, not even close.
No.
And they all have talk shows. Jennifer
Yeah.
Hudson has a talk show. I don't think she's as crazy as Drew. She never went the Mamala route and whatever. So I mean, good for her. As far as I know,
Barrymore's always been bonkers.
I know,
though.
I know,
Mhm.
I know she has.
When you're an alcoholic at the age of 5, I mean,
I know that's
crazy.
man,
yeah, she does have a sad story.
sad
she
story.
does. Well, she's just following the Barrymore legacy. I wish I could say I'm not being mean, but I mean, her grandfather. I know.
Is she even as nutty as like Alyssa Milano?
No,
I think it's a toss-up. Flip a coin.
Nah, she's not quite Alyssa Milano.
Kind of crazy, You just start asking her about her Tesla and see what she says. Did you get rid of your Tesla yet? I'm going with Volkswagen now. Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
no, that wasn't Drew. That was Alyssa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
that's
Alyssa.
right.
That was
Okay.
Alyssa.
Yeah.
They're
So
all
we had Alyssa.
yes.
I was gonna say Alyssa was bragging about getting her Volkswagen, and,
Yes.
and I'm thinking, yeah, but you called Elon Hitler. You called.
Right. He said the word. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
YouTube can demonetize me if they want,
Right.
but she called Elon Hitler. She called Trump Hitler. Yet she buys a Volkswagen. Come on, Mike.
Right. You got it.
Vehicle, and Volkswagen came about around World War II because of Hitler.
Dun dun dun. Did you hear that, YouTube? Dun dun dun.
You can see what became known as the Beetle, and he's sitting in there in a parade that they're driving it down the avenue, to promote the people's car, or Volkswagen.
I'm being progressive more. I bought a Volkswagen.
You're being a sheep.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
dead. I am dead. Well, yeah, she calmed down finally. Before
Yeah,
she was
because-
Before now, at least.
It's just like
No, they
Jim
just took her
Carrey
microphone
and stuff,
away.
and like look at Jim Carrey. He got it's just all this stuff is crazy. Some people are like, Jim, are you okay, Jim? Jim, hello, Jim. But he gets like a facelift. It's just this stuff is just so weird. No, it's not.
That's not him.
If he
It's
made the
somebody else.
comment that
y'all, they did not
Spock and I-
clone Jim Carrey. Come on now, they
no,
did not
they didn't.
clone.
It's so ridiculous. I'm like, come on, they did not clone him. That's Jim Carrey. I know it's scary, but yes,
Yeah, that
we're all
is a celebrity lookalike that they
Right.
Carrey,
exactly. I mean,
right.
that's what I'm saying. It's not
Yeah.
Jim Carrey. I mean,
Next, they're
going to
tell us that
Jim
Tupac
Carrey.
came back from the dead. So I mean,
You
it's
know,
just
I think it's just Jim Carrey trying to pull an Andy Kaufman.
right.
Because
Well,
Andy Kaufman had like a couple, had this one other character, sometimes played by him and sometimes played by, I don't think it was his brother, but somebody, that obnoxious shirk. I think, because, Jim Carrey's inspired, one of his inspirations
Right.
was
Yeah.
Kaufman. I think he was trying to pull him
Yes,
off.
he was absolutely because he was in
I
that
agree.
movie. Yeah.
So I don't think it was him. I think it was a lookalike because it didn't look like him. I mean, it looked somewhat like him, and the voice didn't.
I mean, I hope not, man. I hope he didn't. I hope it's
Such a
just
mystery.
doppelganger. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
He comes out on Sonic 4. It's like you look at his face. Ugh, what the hell, Jim?
Yeah. But the biggest heartbreak for me though is how loony Molly Ringwald is. Oh God, I had such a crush on her.
I
Redhead and
know.
freckles and all that, and the girl next door, innocent look, and now she's floating
Yeah,
across.
She was
unfortunately.
the '80s it girl. We all wanted to be.
Oh,
We
yeah.
all wanted to be
She's-
Molly Ringwald.
The ladies wanted to be here, and the guys were like, "Hey, you want to be with me?"
Well,
Yeah.
would we ever get movies like John Hughes again? I don't
No.
think so, but
I don't know.
I don't
we
know.
might.
We
we
might.
might
We might.
because things are changing.
A bit. Aaron.
It'll come back. I mean, like I said, Gen Z seems to be rejecting a lot of the crap that they think they want.
Yes.
Are trying to
Yeah.
indoctrinate them, but they've already gone through schools and going into colleges where they see the bullshit. They're smart. I'm not going to give a lot of shade to Gen Z.
Yeah,
I
they
really
need
won't, because
they
they
need
are
to watch
waking up.
Blazing Saddles. Then it'll all make sense.
Oh,
for
I
them.
think they'd love it. I think we pulled up some of these movies, I think they would love it because they're hungry for shit like that. Really.
So I want to see it. I mean, I love when I was in college and they showed that scene from Game of Thrones and the guy was dumping hot tar on him and that woman's like, "This is horrible." This young lady at the time, "This is awful," and it's like, oh, somebody's very sheltered. Yes.
Hey, wait until you see the Momoa scene.
Yeah. So I don't know really who's going to replace these people and stuff, but like even Jonah Hill and some of these people because of Ozempic, they look so weird. Maybe he's doing that for a role, but they just look so weird, and they're obviously abusing this stuff, and it's so unhealthy. You can take
you know how Hollywood is, and I'm not trying to make an
course.
excuse for them.
I know.
But you know how Hollywood is. Everybody jumps on the bandwagon for the new It thing.
Yeah, and who is telling these people that they're too skinny or this? Like, have we learned anything from the Karen Carpenter situation?
Right.
I mean, for fuck's sakes, people.
Because they don't realize once the fat percentage is gone, they're going to start. Their body's going to start eating their muscle.
Yep.
Right.
And we've seen some of them look emaciated. They all have the collarbone. You can see their collarbones, you can see it in their arms, you can see it in their cheeks, you can see it in their jaw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to say here is, I'm not being flippant with the statement, but you're seeing some of these people out there that are, trying to get skinny and skinny. They almost look like they could be in the concentration camp scenes.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree.
Yes.
People coming out of the camps.
Horrible.
I mean,
right.
and that's not being flippant.
No.
So it's like, and they're doing it to themselves.
Yes.
And no, I don't think he's doing it for a role. It's the end, just like cocaine was the end thing. That was a miracle drug. It's supposed to keep you going and lose weight and all that. Little white pills, the speed to keep you going. Yes. The truck drivers, especially with that. And, look how great that was. And of course, it just continues on and on with what it is, meth, a synthetic drug made by the Nazis to try to keep the soldiers going. I mean, they could get their soldiers to march for like 3 days, but at the end of that, they all collapsed and needed a day to sleep. But that's where meth came from.
Yeah.
And that's what it does. And ruins your teeth too. But, so all these miracles, but, this is supposed to make it keep going. They get stuck in a trap. And they got to stop it. Now Ozempic is the trendy drug of choice.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is it's hard for people that truly need it. As the people who truly need it are trying. It's like, well, we don't have any. Why? Because it's going to all these rich buggers and Hollywood buggers that think they need to lose an extra a stone to them, or whatever. And then of course it's supposed to be a temporary thing, just like fen-phen. Fen-phen was a wonderful drug if it was used correctly.
Right.
And as it goes, you weren't supposed to be on fen-phen for more than 3 months. And then you stop.
But even with Ozempic, you're seeing that these actors are obviously going more than the prescribed period.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And with fen-phen with that, and the Dr. Feelgoods out there who should have known better, kept on prescribing it past that time period. And what happened? Well, their livers liquefied. And then they went after the makers of fen-phen. When fen-phen had all the information out there, all the doctors informed, this is how this drug works. It's for quick weight loss for someone who is morbidly obese so they can get to be able to get into an exercise regime, be able to move around, and then do the rest as naturally as possible. Well, Ozempic and all that, same thing. But,
No, and the people who want to white knight for these actors and whatever, it's like you're not helping the situation. These people don't look healthy. That's why people continue to point it out.
I mean, I remember it was just, not last year, but in 2024, we had someone when we were talking about Ariana Grande say she looks fine. And we were going, no, she doesn't look fine.
She doesn't.
No.
She does
Right.
not look healthy,
No.
especially when you compare her to her just a few years ago. She always looked good. She always looked fit. I don't remember an ounce of fat on her that was like, oh, she's too fat. She looked great.
Yeah.
She looked healthy.
Yes.
Yeah. Now
Now
you can take her shirt off
oh.
and play xylophone across your rib cage and chest.
Right.
I mean, yeah, she does not look good.
No.
But there's something about that whole cast because it was like Michelle Yeoh too.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, they showed that
My
picture and it was like, what the hell? Like, please, you've always looked healthy through. What are we
She's always
doing?
been a small woman,
Yes.
petite.
Yes.
And I was
Right.
just like, girl, what? No, this is not the way.
No.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
No.
I was legitimately shocked at her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did
Well,
not need it at all.
No.
None of
They
them
get
did,
these-
really.
No.
You get these poison snakes that worm their way into the ears. You're not going to get this role unless, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like the new casting couch.
Right.
It is. They've
It's
gone.
control.
They've gone away from the casting couch that they fought hard to get rid of to a different type of casting couch.
Right. Exactly.
And the thing is yeah, the couch was great for getting some jollies, but the most important thing was control.
Right.
I'm controlling. You're now, you're mine now. I control you. With Ozempic and all this stuff that they're pushing, or when they push this stuff, it's the same thing. I control you.
Yes.
You need more of this and keep on going? Yeah, you stay
Right.
with me. You do what I tell you to do.
Yeah.
Well, I
Now,
wonder if
look-
that was part of their behavior on the Wicked tour because all of them acted fruity.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Not just
Oh
those.
yeah,
I wonder if that's a side effect.
Legit.
I don't
Yeah.
know. It's
side
weird.
effect or something else.
It may not be. I don't
Yeah.
know. Ariana Grande's done some stupid things, but she was a kid. And
But yeah, she looked a donut.
she licked a donut. She said she hates America. But do we hold this against people? Well, they'll hold it against us if we say things. So I don't know. Probably not. You can, if they apologize and it's sincere, it's like, all right, we can move on. We don't have to beat this into the ground.
Ariana
Yeah,
Grande is just, she's lost.
She is.
Cynthia
She's
Erivo.
lost because she
She's
has
lost.
too many people
Yeah.
in her head telling her she needs to do certain things
Yeah, I
instead
don't-
of.
She has
Right.
a nice
y'all.
voice, but
And-
she just,
And when you have
look,
Mhm.
go ahead, Baron.
and you have Cynthia Erivo out there, and she does Jesus Christ Superstar, and she looks like Satan.
Yeah, that was.
And she's
I was
playing
like,
Jesus.
Girl.
I'm just,
Girl.
it's like, no, like, why are we doing this? Like, why do you think you deserve these roles? I know.
Well-
It's like, she can sing, though. I can't say she does. She can't. The woman can
And to
sing.
be fair,
Yeah, and
it was
Hitler can paint.
It was specifically an LGBT
He did,
production. So to be fair,
Yes.
I believe the whole cast was LGBT members. So okay, she's
Oh, yeah.
playing Jesus, but she looked awful.
Well, then, like Dylan Mulvaney gets to be in some like production recently. I mean, this stuff is crazy. Can you
Yeah.
imagine being even like a straight person and you're in the theater and you're just like, what the fuck is going on here? It's like,
I get tired of seeing Dylan Mulvaney's face on social
Yes.
media.
well, it's just
Yeah.
the problem is with these people too. They're just such narcissists. And it's like, can you just shut up for 5 minutes,
people.
please?
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Now I know Ariana Grande presents as the waif, the damsel in distress. Y'all, every serious relationship she's had has been a taken man, a married man. So stop.
Mhm.
That is
Once
crazy.
maybe she
Yeah.
didn't know, maybe 3
That's
major
right,
Yeah.
Spock.
And she was dating
Boogaloo,
the freaking
yes.
guy who played the Tin Man in Wicked. He was married with a baby on the way.
Mhm.
She's finding these loser guys that are leaving their women for her, and she's full aware that they have women.
She was with Pete
So-
Davidson for a while. He's considered the bounce back guy or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well,
You know,
It's like, it's like a Taylor Swift, for crying out loud. All these songs about her ex-boyfriends, lovers, whatever you want to call
man,
it.
she
All
did a
these
lot
guys
of them.
out there.
Yeah.
And as I was giving an analogy to, it's like the woman who sits around and bitches because I don't go dancing because men don't know how to dance. Every single one of them.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
none of them
just-
know how to dance. Well, maybe it's not the men. Maybe it's you.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like Sabrina Carpenter. They can wear whatever they want, but she's like in Argentina for Lollapalooza, if I remember correctly, recently. And she's talking in her song about men are useless, and people pick up on that and said, what? And so, you know, she's dancing around in her underwear, and Spock and I have had some talks about this, that probably maybe the reason they like her is because she dances around in this skimpy stuff. I don't know. It's possible, and she's not a bad looking woman, but still calling men useless. And so people are like, well, sometimes I understand these things are blown out of proportion. Okay, she wrote a song about men, said some words in there useless, but these 10,000 women or whatever who are at that concert are all cheering, or whatever, how many there are. And then people are like, well, you're going to be alone by the time you're 50 or whatever. I mean, I'm just, you know, you want to take that attitude. Yeah, go ahead.
She says that because she's got a 9-inch black knobbler at home that she uses.
Oh, wait, this is the same woman that did, and I'm not talking, these were not, you know, elegant art. No, these were nasty, practically soft porn pictures of her on her knees and this guy. She did all these shots for this magazine. This submissive, and you know, it's like giving off, you know, whips and chains kind of vibes, submissive vibes. And to turn around and say, well, men are useless. I'm like, girl, get your messages straight.
Right. Exactly.
Are you a whore or not? I mean, what are you trying to present here?
Exactly.
Because there's only a couple of choices.
Seriously. Yeah.
She's only a whore on Fridays, Saturdays, and Thursdays.
I was going to say she's probably waiting for her next patch update.
It's like these young women, they don't, it's like, you know, women, we used to fight, believe it or not. Women used to fight not to have to prostitute themselves.
Right. Yep. Right.
And now they're willingly prostituting themselves.
I know.
It blows my mind. It's like,
you know, then you get other people, oh, they can do what they want. Leave them alone. You're just jealous because they make a lot of money. You know how the same drones and whatever will say. It's like, give me a break, dude.
It's like, and then I'm not jealous. I just know where this is heading.
Exactly, because it's been heading there before with other people, and it's like, where are we going with this? So
they got their famous mantra. They used to use their mantra. I think they don't use it no more because it was shot down with this statement: "Oh, sex work is real work. Then put it on your resume."
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, I think it's funny, like
on Lake and 42nd.
I mean, I think it's funny that like Beyonce did a country album of all things. What was that, like 2 years ago or something? It's just something like that. A year ago, I don't know. It's just ridiculous. It's just so funny to me. I said, Beyonce cares about country now, does she? Oh, okay.
No, she doesn't. I mean, it reminds me of when Olivia Newton-John started doing some country, and all the country Western stars of the day were pissed. It's like, is this Australian woman's going to come up here and try to hit harsh our gig? I mean, there was a big schism going on.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I'm not joking.
Yeah, I don't even really know what music is anymore. A lot of it, like the mainstream music, is just like noise and stuff. It starts reminding me of like, did this person, you know, hold their cojones too tight or something? Like, it's just like Sam Shepard or whatever. I mean, it's just
I always used to think they put on their pants too tight.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but like they just there's people out there that just want rock and roll and all this stuff to just die, to be dead forever.
Yeah, because it's good. I mean, remember the old days when Michael Jackson had to go down there, grab his cojones so he could go.
Well, you mentioned that, you know, look at what's happened to Timberlake recently. That guy was quite a dancer. I hear he could even be better than Michael Jackson. I haven't done the comparisons, but I mean, maybe he is in some ways. But the guy lately, the DUI and stuff, I don't know what these people are doing. He seemed like an upstanding person, a fun person to be around, but you know how it goes with these people. Well, it seems one way and then it turns out to be different. So I hope he gets his shit together. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he had one DUI. You know, it's bad that he did that and all that. But if that's the most so far anyone can sit back and say, anybody can hit him.
Exactly.
I mean, the music band. I'm trying to remember who it was at my daughter's school. He got a DUI. He had to go in front of everybody and let them all know and do this big thing. But the thing is, it can happen to anybody where, you accidentally have one too many. You go out there and they catch you. And that's it.
Right.
I mean,
But I appreciate the the police officers say, we don't give a shit that you're a celebrity. You broke the law.
Yeah.
You got a DUI. We're not going to give you some kind of special treatment. And you see that video recently, like the other day I saw it. A lot of it's like, this is not a good look for Timberlake, but he can bounce back from this stuff.
Yeah,
I'm sure people want him to. Of course.
It's minor.
That's
Robert Mitchum could, back in the 50s, bounce back from the marijuana charges he had.
Right.
Right. Anyone. And again, it's just one little thing. It's not like he ran over a baby or ate the neighbor's dog.
No.
Or, cleaning up women.
Right. Exactly. Ate the neighbor's dog.
I mean, I'm not making light of DUI, but it's like one little thing like that, which anybody here can do if you drink, that is.
Right.
You can get a trap in and don't realize that they might be just a little over the level and get pulled over. That can happen to anybody, whether you're a star or a club with me. So I just kind of, it's sad that happened, but I'm not going to go out there and say crucify him.
People don't need to crucify him now.
Real quick, I do have one last story I want to get to before we wrap up.
Okay.
Ooh. I thought this was just all Starfleet Academy talking.
No. I still had I still had another article after Valerie Perrine.
Baron wants to hang out with Holly Hunter, play with her feet. That's what he wants to do.
I'm just glad Arwen's here to give us a little class,
Right.
And I love her laugh. Oh, you make my heart melt when you laugh. I say, if I'm feeling down, I hear your laugh. It's like, oh, it's Arwen.
I like having Arwen here. I really do, Arwen.
I love straight.
Cash, you're fired. Arwen, you're hired.
No, y'all are all my boys. I love y'all.
So we have this article from Cosmic Book News, and it was posted on the 21st. It's by Patrick Scanlon, and it says Frank Miller draws TMNT for the first time for issue number 300.
I thought he was persona non grata, Frank Miller.
I don't know what's going on with him right now.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Frank Miller is officially doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the first time. The legendary creator behind The Dark Knight Returns, Sin City, and his influential Daredevil run has drawn a cover for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 300, marking the first time Miller has ever done TMNT art. It says the reveal was first reported by The Hollywood Reporter as IDW gears up to make the milestone issue one of the biggest comic releases of the year. Goes on to say it also feels overdue. Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird have long acknowledged Miller as a major influence on the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, especially through his work on Daredevil. Excuse me a moment. It says Frank Miller's influence on TMNT comes full circle. The connection between Frank Miller and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has always been obvious. Miller's Daredevil run featured radioactive origins, a Y sensei, and a war against the ninja clan known as the Hand. Eastman and Laird famously echoed those ideas when they created 4 mutated turtles trained by Splinter to battle the Foot Clan in New York City. That is what makes this cover such a big deal. Miller is finally putting his own stamp directly on the property that was partly born as a tribute to his work.
Oh.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
In a statement, Miller said, "It was fun to jump into the playground with the ninjas for this cover and reminisce that they were born by Peter and Kevin as an homage to my Daredevil run. This one is for the fans."
Okay.
And for
that's a
for
lot.
those of you that don't know, the Turtles originally all had red bandanas before the animated series. Only kept Raphael with the red bandana, and then gave Leonardo the blue, Michelangelo the orange, and Donatello the purple.
I did
And
not
then-
know that. That's really cool.
And then
I
they
didn't know.
added the little letters on the belts too. When they went to
Yeah,
the
they did.
animated.
Oh.
And if I also remember, the comics definitely got way darker than the
Oh yeah.
animated show.
And I hope I'm saying your name right. V424 over on Blaze says happy streaming. Welcome to the channel.
Hey,
Appreciate that you're here. It says IDW goes big for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 300. IDW is treating TMNT number 300 like a major event. And hello, John Rendell. Good to see you,
What's up,
brother.
Hey, John.
The publisher confirmed the issue will hit comic shops on July 22nd and will launch a new storyline titled The City That Never Dies from writer Jean Lu Yang and artist Freddie E. Williams II. According to IDW, the story picks up with Splinter having returned from the dead, setting up what is being described as an action-packed and emotional chapter that will, have a major impact on the future of the TMNT universe. The issue also includes a backup story from Kevin Eastman and Tom Waltz, along with classic TMNT artists celebrating different eras of the franchise.
Oh.
On top of that, IDW is rolling out a blind bag program for the issue, which includes multiple collectible covers. Very nice. Eastman and Laird also deliver a new cover. Frank Miller is not the only draw. IDW has revealed a never-before-seen cover from TMNT co-creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. That alone gives issue number 300 even more collector appeal, especially with both creators tied to the celebration of the franchise's comic book legacy going back more than 40 years. Other covers for the milestone issue include work from J. Scott Campbell and Juan Fiera, with more variants expected as the release gets closer. It's nice that they also include the original creators. How could you not have the comics without the original creators involved?
Yeah.
IDW Director of Sales Ryan Balcom said the company is going all out, calling TMNT number 300 the ultimate reading and collecting experience for TMNT fans this year. And there's Last Ronin. Last Ronin also returns, and I'm going to add a little side note here. It was also nice when I went and saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze for 35th anniversary re-release, where they actually had a segment before the movie where they were talking to Kevin Eastman, and he was drawing Leonardo and the guys during the segment talking about his and Peter's original story for The Secret of the Ooze for the comics. And as he's talking, they had a live action segment of somebody in a Last Ronin Ninja Turtle costume fighting the Foot Clan. So it was a nice touch.
Oh, wow. That does sound cool.
It says IDW is not stopping with TMNT number 300. The publisher also announced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Last Ronin Training Day, an oversized one-shot arriving in July. The issue brings back Michelangelo as The Last Ronin, spoiler alert, by the way, and follows him as he trains Casey Marie Jones, the daughter of April O'Neil and Casey Jones, to carry on the fight against the Foot Clan and eventually lead the next generation of Turtles. That means July is shaping up to be a huge month for, TMNT Comics, with both the milestone number 300 issue and a new Last Ronin story hitting shelves.
Wow.
Very nice.
Yeah, the one thing that IDW has had some issues with is people, even in the comment section, they will say that they have done some pandering. But with this, it sounds good. It all sounds good. So, but yeah,
I would definitely recommend reading The Last Ronin.
yes.
Mhm. IDW is a strange creature because, they can just absolutely blow it, but that's not Miller's best work.
No, that picture I'm not.
No,
that
that's
looks
not.
like a sketch, like a
Yeah.
colored sketch to just kind of get everything kind of how he wants
Mhm.
it before he does the final rendering.
Yeah, that could be.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Miller can be hit or miss too, also with his artwork.
Mm.
And it's like the first 2 issues of Dark Knight Return, the artwork's beautiful. Then the last 2 issues, it seems to get a little sloppy.
It still looks pretty cool though, but I know
it
what
looks
you're
cool.
saying.
Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. It's still,
Yeah.
but you can see a difference.
Well, I mean-
who I'd like to see do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cover or something Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles related. Geary.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Same.
Why not?
Same.
Geary.
Sure.
Oh, that'd be so
Yeah, why not? I
good.
mean, he did G.I. Joe. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And see,
I agree.
Why not?
but with the Conan series, IDW seems to be, staying true to form to its to Conan's true legacy. So, with IDW, it's hit or miss. It really is.
Well, like you said, Miller's the same way. Frank Miller. It's like the first Sin City movie was great, but the second one has problems. The first story's not bad, but then after that, it just starts falling apart.
Well, what about RoboCop 2?
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, RoboCop
That's
2.
so good. Not so good. I don't remember
yeah.
that.
I don't
He wasn't
remember a lot of it, to be honest.
No,
first
I don't
one's
either.
burned
Yeah.
into my memory because I love it, but I don't remember the second one.
Yeah.
Frank Miller was involved with RoboCop 2, and I think he got booted from it or whatnot. But his fingers were in RoboCop 2, so it'd be interesting to see if it was fully done by him. And
he's unfortunately hit and miss, and so it's just
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same with the what was it? What's another sequel? Oh, that wasn't very good. Oh, the second 300 movie. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, I'll stick with
that was 600.
I'm good.
Yeah, 600, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, he followed through with 2 different sequels to The Dark Knight Returns. They're not well remembered. They're not that good. Just stay with the original and leave it where it was at the end. Boom.
It's the same thing with
Perfect.
Schneider. Like, he can be hit and miss too, but like I'm not going to hate on him. They gave him money. They said make a movie, and he made Sucker Punch, though, with a lot of attractive women in it. But still, the story was yeah. So I think Snyder's a hit and miss. I still haven't watched the Snyder cut of Justice League yet. I've started it, so I don't really have much of an opinion on it yet. But yet.
He will though. He will though, because this is cash. And what do we know cash for? What do we know cash for?
You know what really grinds my gears?
Sometimes, not always.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay, Bear, that is debatable, isn't it?
It is. Well, let's not forget. We don't know. This sometimes is cash before the start of a show.
Yes, that's right. He's gone. He's vanished.
Sometimes he comes into the backstage area, Arwen, and he's already fired up. It's like, we haven't even started the show yet.
Sometimes, yeah, Orwin, yes. And
sometimes
Mike,
listen to him.
yes.
Sometimes
Mike is too about stuff. So, it's like, I'm always waiting for, right. I'm always waiting for Mike to, with his gaming streams, to start cursing about something. It's always funny.
It's how I've always been, and I'm gonna call it out. I'm not gonna
fucking
sugarcoat
bullshit,
it.
man.
I'm not
bullshit.
I'm not streaming a game so you can get the golly gee guys.
He's like those fucking controllers and that fucking piece
no,
of
there
shit.
are times in a game where the controls absolutely suck. I'm glad
it's funny.
I was able to get Blood West for free. because I honestly wouldn't have paid for that game.
Well,
Now, of course, there's Stellar Blade where he's cussing out the controls and all that, and then he ends with, "But damn, her ass looks good."
Oh, Baron.
There's only one outfit in that game I just cannot take seriously. I'm sorry, y'all. The bunny outfit, I know it is a fan favorite.
Oh.
I'm like, come on now with the bunny ears, really?
Well, I mean, one of the
I'm not into the bunny look.
they
I don't know why
give
it's popular.
the
So
the
funny, I can't.
IGNs and the other ones, they give that just like they free publicity. He said, "Oh, look at all. Oh, it's attractive woman. Oh, it's so horrible. We're gonna downgrade it because of this." And then the other people, especially the men, are like, "Oh, really? Are you all right?" And so then they start making these games popular. But the game itself, I won't say is some amazing masterpiece, but
It's
it
fun
can
to
be
watch,
fun.
though.
It
Yeah,
can be
I
fun.
haven't played it, but I have watched Steven play many hours of it,
Yeah.
and it is fun. It is fun to watch. Well, you know, he gets into these modes where it's like he's got to play that game that day. He's gotta
Mhm.
Of course,
so he
of
ends
course.
up, you know, playing it, and
That's-
it's out of him, you know.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm the same way too.
Yeah,
It-
yeah. you get the
Even
bug.
even if I
good.
say that I'm going to be playing maybe one or two other games, if I'm into that mode
Yes.
in the game that I'm playing where I don't want to put it down,
Yeah, enjoy it, play it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, but you know, the modern game developer that we got today, it's like this woman. What size is her bosom? Their air cups, sir. Make them smaller.
Yeah, my only thing with that is like, look, as a female player, I want my characters to look attractive too, whether male or female. I
Right.
want them to look attractive like everyone else. But
Yeah.
again, going back to that, there's Victoria's Secret sexy, and there's Fredericks of Hollywood, and like that. What is that new game? Violet Code Violet,
Code
where-
Violet.
where they had a fit that they don't want anyone to do the mod. They didn't want anything.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
it's only going
It's-
to be released on console.
right. It's only
got
going to be
some of
released on
those.
console. And yeah, I made fun of them for that. And
And some
they-
of those ugly horror outfits they put her in, I'm like,
that
"Y'all
developer replied to me also on something, and I was like, "Oh, really?"
What?
Yeah, they did. And they says, "Well, the reason we had to ban those people or censor those people is because they were saying obnoxious things or whatever they said." I'm like, sure, whatever.
So you
You
use your
wanna-
IGN credentials.
Yeah, my
Cool.
IGN right credentials, yes, sure. But yeah, I don't really understand the stuff. Like I said, these directors, these writers, and stuff. Some of them, maybe more than some, they can be hit and miss. It just depends what they do. But you know, but even like the Dark Knight animated movie, part 1 and 2, Baron, was good. It was good.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, so they can do this stuff. It's just
Yeah, they can.
I don't know what Warner and Disney and stuff, like, they do some good stuff. They Inside Out 2, and it's like, okay, you guys went okay, but then they do Elio and some of this other stuff, and it's not doing well. And it's like, go back to Ratatouille, go back to Brave, go back to Cars, go back to that,
Go back to what people
Incredible.
love.
Go back to all this stuff was actually great or very good. But yeah.
Well, on that, one of the most anticipated games right now is Cat Parents. It's a cozy game.
Okay.
That has got so much hype right now. People are like, thank God, you know, yeah, this looks fun and blah, blah, blah. I mean, people are hyped for it. Now, maybe not those that just want to, you know, gun down half the population of zombies or whatever. But for the most part, like the game Stray.
Right.
Hugely popular game. So people are craving. There's a different, you know, there's genres in every form of entertainment.
Well, it's just like with Dispatch. People love Dispatch. I know there are people that didn't like Dispatch.
Sure. Yeah.
For the most part, people loved Dispatch because it gave them a story that they wanted.
Yeah. And I understand if people don't like that Telltales type stuff. No, you're not going to like that, and that's fine. I would say that's a reasonable argument. But yeah, it's
you know,
they missed the point about all this stuff, the merchandising, all these things. I mean, I saw a game that I was telling Mike about that was like, don't step on this. And it's about don't stepping on dog poo. I'm like, that's an actual game from Hasbro. It's like, really? Okay.
Yeah, I heard you
Came
went
for
out to the store and you bought it.
Yes, sure. Right. I bought it for Mike. No, but yeah, it's
I'm
just
returning to sender.
it's just crazy to see this stuff. And so like nothing really is sacred anymore. The commercials, and I guess they don't have to be, but baby
Yeah.
commercials, whatever it is, there's no mystery of anything anymore. It's just always in your face 24 hours a day. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's pretty it's
Pretty
it's
much.
insane.
Yeah. But before we wrap up here, ladies and gentlemen, is there anything or anyone you want to talk about?
I just want to kind of a. I don't know how much of a breaking news it is because I heard it earlier today, but
Yeah.
Chip Taylor, the songwriter to "Wild Thing," passes away at 86.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yep. You make my heart sing.
Good
You
grief,
make
it affects a lot of
everything
people.
groovy. Well,
Groovy.
Wow.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head right now, Baron. Maybe you can help me out. But the composer for not only Johnny Quest, but also Scooby Doo, Where Are You? And several other Hanna-Barbera productions had passed away the other day. I'll look up his name. I'll look up his name.
Oh, I feel that in my childhood.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who works with that. Scooby Doo,
Where are you?
Oh, so
We've got
iconic.
some work to do now.
Doo-doo.
Yeah, Ted Nichols.
Ted Nichols. There we go.
Iconic.
Yeah. He passed away the other day at the age of 97.
Wow.
Ooh, he lived a long life.
Yeah.
Well, his work's been immortalized forever.
Yeah. I'm just going to bring it up here real quick. I'm not going to read the article.
No.
Let me refresh it. I hate how all these sites say, turn off your ad blocker.
Or they're like, oh, it's just like that Park Place or Phantom Pulse or any of that stuff. You get, these are the VIP articles. You have to pay to read them.
This article by Mike Barnes, Ted Nichols, famed Hanna-Barbera composer on the Flintstones and Scooby-Doo, dies at 97. He also worked on Johnny Quest, Space Ghost, Wacky Races, and many other shows at the Cartoon Factory for nearly a decade.
Wow.
Oh.
Ted Nichols, who composed, conducted, and arranged music for such beloved Hanna-Barbera cartoons as The Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh, Josie and the Pussycats, too.
Mm-hmm.
Has died. He was 97. Nichols had a long battle with Alzheimer's and died January 9th in hospice care in Auburn, Washington. His daughter Karen Tolshon told The Hollywood Reporter. Nichols worked at Hanna-Barbera Productions from 1963 to 72, serving as the company's musical director for the last 8 years of his tenure. He started out working alongside another legendary Hanna-Barbera composer, Hoyt Curtin, before succeeding him and then being replaced by him. Nichols composed the score for the 6th and final season of the original primetime run of The Flintstones on ABC, as well as for the 1966 feature, The Man Called Flintstone. He is probably best known for his work on Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, which premiered on CBS on Saturday mornings in September 1969. Ted Nichols underscores for Scooby-Doo are what I consider to be near perfect set of music for a cartoon, Cade Utterback says in his comprehensive 2021 documentary about Hanna-Barbera music. It's perfect for the show it was in. You can't tell me it doesn't help set the mood. No, I can still think of the themes.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There are a few tracks that run for a few minutes and have several sections. And the music editors knew this was a bonus as they mixed and matched parts from all the tracks to make it beautiful. Frankenstein monster of a music bed in each episode. Utterback notes that Nichols' music would continue to be used on every Scooby-Doo series through 1985.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
An only child, Theodore Nicholas, and I'm not going to try to pronounce that last name,
I don't blame you.
was born on October 2nd, 1928 in Missoula, Montana.
Missoula.
I know, I as soon as I said it, I knew I said it wrong. Missoula, Montana. Because I heard myself say it. I'm going, you know that's not right.
Mm-hmm.
He and his parents, Nicholas and Josephine, moved to Spokane, Washington, and he started playing the violin at age 10.
Wow.
He graduated from John R. Rogers High School and in 1946 joined the U.S. Navy, for whom he performed in a swing band based in Corpus Christi, Texas. And during the Korean War, he was commanding officer of the U.S. Air Force Bandsman Training School, recruiting musicians from Juilliard and other schools. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Along the way, he picked up music degrees from Baylor University and Texas A&I, Corpus Christi, where he directed a youth symphony. Nicholas then moved to California, directing the band at Santa Ana Junior College and singing with the Dapper Dans of Disneyland from 1958 to 1960. Awesome. He was one of the originals.
That's cool. Do they still do the Dapper Dance anymore?
As far as I know, they do.
Oh, that's amazing.
While working as minister of music at the Church of Open Door in Glendora, California, he first met Hanna-Barbera co-founder William Hanna.
Wow.
In 1964, Nichols teamed with Curtin to write the score for the first incarnation of the adventure cartoon Johnny Quest before Curtin left the company in 1965, with Nichols becoming primary musical director. He went on to work on Space Ghost, Birdman and the Galaxy Trio, the Herculoids, the Fantastic Four, the Secret Squirrel Show, Shazam, the Adam Ant Show, Wacky Races, and the spin-offs, The Pearls of Penelope Pitstop and Dastardly and Muttley and Their Flying Machines, Josie and the Pussycats, and the Pebbles of Bam Bam Show, and the live-action series, The New Adventures of Huckleberry Finn.
Good grief.
Wow.
Nichols left Hanna-Barbera to write operas and gospel works and serve as the musical director of the Campus Crusade for Christ, organizing music groups for kids. Ted's music bridged the transition between science fiction and slapstick programming on Saturday morning as demands for greater social control and regulation of media violence surged in the wake of Martin Luther King Jr.'s and Robert Kennedy's assassinations in 1968. Kevin Sandler, co-editor of the 2024 book Hanna and Barbera Conversations, noted in a statement to the reporter. He used less brass and more high woodwinds and violins in his instrumentation for Scooby-Doo and other comedy series to achieve a less intense, funnier sound. In addition to his daughters, survivors include his son David, grandchildren Tawny, Kevin, Brian, Alex, Carson, and Cammie, and 6 great-granddaughters. Wow. He was married twice to Doris from 1950 until her death in October 2009, and to her younger sister, Catherine, from 2011 until her death in December 2020.
Younger
Wow.
sister. Wow, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He lived the dream, man. He lived the dream.
Yeah, he did.
Uh,
He sure did.
You know what was impressive? I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. A gospel opera.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be something else? I would have if I was able to go back in time when he was doing that, go, hey, you know what? Do an opera, but make it a gospel opera.
Yeah.
Now that would have been a challenge, and I think he could do it.
Yeah. He obviously had the talent to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's something.
dang, wow, violin at 10. So yeah, he had a love for music at an early age. That's awesome.
Iconic.
Yeah, iconic, yeah.
And anytime you watch any of the shows that he composed the music for, you're hearing his work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get out of here, Arwen, is there anyone you'd like to promote?
Let's see. Just Loki's Friday morning. I'll be on with Loki and Dave Bob. And then Saturday I'll be on with Eris in the afternoon. Eris and Sensei, or Project Storytime at 1. And then just Loki's in the morning on Friday morning.
All right.
I'm glad he didn't promote Fats. It'll only go to his head.
Oh, well, I'm not actually streaming on there, but if anyone needs to find me, I'm usually modding there. So you can find me in his chat. On Rumble and now on Blaze as well.
All right, let me just get Eris's link and just give me a second here. Oh, come on, Baron. I'm trying to get the link out there to 3 different chats, dude.
I'm trying to keep us from having dead air, man. Dead air. I'm a radio guy. You're not supposed
No,
to
you aren't. You just need attention again.
No.
Baron.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. Baron always needs
you weren't
attention.
You need attention, dude. Come on, man.
You're just sitting on your thumb.
You're-
That's all you were doing.
Uh-huh. You need attention again. It's okay, Baron.
Of
You can admit
course.
that to us. Of
Well, you
course.
know, look at my poor shoulders, man. Look at my poor shoulders.
Oh, please. Arwen, Baron will constantly say that he carries the show.
He thinks he carries the show. He's like, I was in radio for 10,000 years. I'm better than all of you.
I was at 1,000-watt station.
They gave me the biggest bonus at the time that you could ever imagine.
Yeah, kicking the ass. Just like any radio guy. Hey, here's your bonus. Oh, thank you, sir. May I have another?
And actually, I do have something to promote.
Okay.
And I almost forgot because it's been so long, but we've got it. Arlene and I have talked, and we are bringing Sugar and Spice back on the 31st.
Yay!
So next Tuesday, yes, we're going to be doing Sugar and Spice.
Oh,
I think on the Armenian Empire on Rumble, I believe.
all right. So I got to go
You're the
troll her
sugar,
then.
right?
Like she likes to troll me sometimes. Okay, Arwen. I got it.
Exactly. I'm sorry, Baron, what?
And you're the sugar, right? Because you're so.
I'm the sugar. She's the spice. Yes.
Yeah, if she's bothering Cash, she's definitely got to be the spice.
Yeah, right. She
Yeah.
bothers. She always has an attitude about something, though.
Yeah,
I haven't talked to her in a while. I figure Jester's keeping her busy or whatever.
Oh yeah, he has. He has.
So it's going to be on your Arwenia Rumble channel?
Yes, and I recently have a Blaze. I don't have it set up. I'm gonna see if we can restream it there or to my YouTube channel, to Arwen Evil on YouTube. But
Does Blaze actually seem to have potential then? It's kind of.
you know, I'm a sheep right now. Everyone else is trying it out. I'm like, why not?
I might try that too.
Or maybe my Rumble. I don't know. But yeah, we're definitely going to be doing it on Rumble for sure.
Just give me a second trying to get it all in there.
I'm sorry. I know I threw a lot of
No.
stuff.
It's fine. I just want to make sure I spell the Rumble channel correctly instead of finagling it.
He likes challenges.
Can y'all find it?
I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Famous last words.
Oh,
I got it.
Shut up, Baron.
Well, you know what happens. It's like, I got it.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
That's what happens when a person has.
This is what happens when I give Baron control.
You give him control. Yeah, that's what happens.
Hey,
Then he gets kicked out. He goes, "Help! Help! I'm being oppressed."
Yep.
I did
And
that today.
No, you didn't.
no,
surprisingly.
not yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not kicked out. Why, you think about kicking me out again? It's the end of the show.
Well, no time like the present.
No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant.
It's not ignorant. I'm the captain of the ship.
Yeah, we hear a lot of that around Minneapolis these days, especially around Leering centers. I'm the captain.
Oh, the Leering, man. Yeah, the Leering's the best, dude.
The Leering Center.
Yeah. They found old hooked on phonics or whatever, and they
God.
went to.
Oh come on! Even I make spelling errors. I can't really.
Everybody does, man. Doesn't matter how many degrees they have or not.
We're all fluent in
happens.
typo. We know.
That's why it's great to have Discord. You need to edit this and stuff. But if on X or Twix or whatever you want to call it,
On X, you got to pay to edit.
you gotta pay.
Yeah, you do.
Pay Elon. Give him your soul.
But yes, folks, please subscribe to the channels that I put in there. Of course, I neglected to put a very important channel in there, and that's your own channel, Arwen.
What, mine? Oh.
Yes, yes. I neglected to put your own YouTube channel in there.
How could you forget, man?
That's
Well, probably because I forget to stream on it half the time, so I don't blame him. I forgot it too.
Oh no.
It's bad.
What Arwen, what's been going on with Daryl lately? I haven't talked to him. It seems like
he's been busy, man.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in several weeks. I need to actually give him a call. I've been thinking about that this week. He has been very busy though, very busy. So Backtube is not gone. We're just kind of hiatus right now because, everyone's kind of in their own little corner or have their own little thing to take care of. And it just kind
his
of
dog tried to eat him. Isn't that what happened? Tried to eat Daryl.
What?
Yep.
So.
I remember he had a big dog.
He's got several.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Oh, yeah. But we'll be back. Yeah, Backtube is not gone. We had to take a break. A lot of stuff going on, but we'll be back. We'll be back.
And anything else for you, Arwen?
No, I'm good. I'm
All
good.
right.
How about y'all?
Cash, go ahead.
I'm good.
Well, I guess probably Friday I'll be joining Mike or something. We're playing Arc Raiders, so I guess we'll be doing that. I don't know if Baron will be joining. I think we just get him.
He was invited.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play. The big. I have to get it downloaded, then do that first part.
So it's not gonna happen then, Baron. I got it. It's fine.
Oh, bite me!
Oh, shut up, Cash.
Because he's done that to me before. So right back at you, Baron.
When? But you know me too well.
No. See, I did. But exactly.
I'll download it after the show, and then I'll.
You should, man.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well,
get used to killing those robots in the game. In the game, YouTube, you fucking piece of whatever.
No, that's what I'm. Just as long as they don't get friendly fire.
No, I don't think there is. I can't remember if there is friendly fire.
I don't think there is friendly fire in the game, Baron.
Yeah, that makes Cash sad.
Unlike Helldivers, where friendly fire will
friendly
get everybody
fires
killed.
Get everybody killed, right? I don't even know. I don't even know if people that we knew before, or people we still know, are even caring about Helldivers anymore. Because the last thing I heard, Helldivers 2, because they started making changes again.
Well, they did.
I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, they did.
Who knows? I don't think they know what they're doing. But yeah, Cash's favorite thing is, hey, Baron, here's a grenade for you. Boom.
That's right. Here's a grenade. Boom. Boom. But yeah, well, he's mean to Mike, so we have to.
I'm not mean to Mike.
Sure. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Best pal.
Yeah. Okay.
He's my best friend.
Yeah,
It says the guy who cheers on North Korea for some
Seriously, man.
crazy
That's
reason.
fucking dear
What?
leader shit and whatever. Yeah.
You heard
speak
what I
about
said.
the leader. Be careful about talking about the leader.
Fuck
My
dear
daughter
leader,
will be running the country soon because I'll die of heart attack because I smoke 15-pack day. Yeah. And then she
Anyway, well, what
she
you
should
do,
listen.
what you do in your life is your business, but it. Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Anything else for you, Cash?
No, not right now. Just I've been really still just doing a lot of AI thumbnails and stuff like that, getting more things ready to go. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about you, Baron Orman Tagge?
He helped. Baron Orman Tagge helped me invade California. Call it East Korea and make Cash commissar.
Oh no.
Commissar.
Oh man,
No,
I wonder if Newsom likes to hang out with him as well. So I don't know. I know he's
Well, I
He's
know,
good friends
I
with
know
Chi.
he is. I don't
Yeah,
like that personally, but yeah.
And I know that Newsom's wife likes hanging around Harvey Weinstein.
Well, there is a connection there,
Boom,
unfortunately.
Pow, pow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder what he promised her. But no, nothing much. Just hang out with you guys. You know what? I just realized my phone is not working now. I should contact through X Pops. I feel bad now. I'm an idiot. I don't know nothing.
All right. Well,
Donuts. I'm gonna eat some donuts.
before I
Donuts.
tell everybody what's coming up on the channel, I do want to thank everybody who stopped by on all the platforms during this evening's edition of Pacific414 Pop Talk. Yes, it was Starfleet Academy centric, but with good reason. But I want to thank Lady Miss for stopping by over on the YouTube side. Tree Rock Creations, thank you for stopping by, Tree Rock. Leia Rose, thank you for stopping by. Also, Helion, thank you for stopping by. Jason Fox of 540 Studio, thank you, Jace. Bill McCracken, Scottish therapist. Okay, maybe he's not a Scottish therapist, but he is a troll.
I carry you guys.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like Baron.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Ronnie G, thank you very much. Of course, the long-suffering Miss Tagge, who has to put up with Barrett each and every day.
Every day.
That's why she's the long-suffering.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Godzillionaire, thank you very much. Angry Canadian, thank you for stopping by, brother. Tim, thank you for stopping by, brother. And Spacco, thank you for stopping by. And also, I want to thank the Super Wrench himself, John, at Forever. Thank you to all of you over on the YouTube side. Now on the Rumble side, Padawannabe popped in the chat.
Oh.
And I also want to thank V424 for stopping by over on Blaze. We had Maya Pictures over on Blaze. Baron, of course, was in the chat. Arwen, thank you for popping in the chat as well. Really appreciate it. And by the way, Baron and Arwen, you are now mods over on the Blaze side.
Oh, thank you. Yay.
He still trusts me.
Don't make me regret it.
He trusts me.
And I also want to thank Arwen for following over on the Blaze side. I also want to thank Tower Dog for following over on the Blaze side. Jimmy IRW, thank you for following. Baron, thank you for following.
Yo.
We also had Destin Prospero, thank you for stopping by. Maya Pictures, and of course V24, thank you for following over on the Blaze side. Really appreciate it. Now, what's coming up on Pacific 4 and 4 will be this. All streams start at 6 p.m. Eastern for everybody to know. And tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, I will be playing MLB The Show 26 in honor of Major League Baseball's opening day. And it will be the Chicago Cubs versus the Washington Nationals. And I plan to play all 3 games for that particular series. We'll see how I do. Will I win a game? Will I win 2 games? Will I sweep the Nats? Or will I get swept myself? Well, tune in and find out tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. And I probably will stream it over on Blaze. So that'll be on YouTube, Rumble, and Blaze. And then Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern, Baron and Cash will be joining me, as will DJ Ronnie G. I hope to hear from Anonymous about Saturday too. And we will be talking about an episode that actually takes place at the real Starfleet Academy, and at least real, as far as real Star Trek is concerned. And we will be talking about and watching and discussing as we're watching the episode from Next Generation, The First Duty. Baron.
All right.
He drives me crazy, Arwen.
You know, if Daryl
I
was
mean,
around though,
you know.
Arwen, he would chuckle too. You know,
Oh,
because
the
that's
exact
just,
same thing.
He
Yes.
would do the same thing. I know it, of course.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we'll have the Sunday edition of Pop Talk at 6 p.m. Eastern. Next week, I'll be playing more Metal Gear Solid Delta. So if you're expecting me to use stealth, don't count on it. Just letting you all know that right now. Don't count on it. And then, of course, next Wednesday's Pop Talk will be a birthday watch party. And we're going to be watching Tropic Thunder.
Ooh.
All right.
Right.
And that's no joke. That's no April Fool's joke. And then next Thursday, I'll be playing more Mass Effect. But everybody, thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that like button on YouTube and Rumble. Repost the stream on YouTube and Rumble. Share out the stream on YouTube, Rumble, and Blaze. And for those of you on Blaze, I have 2 sayings. And the first one is, don't ever give up on me in a game, because just when you do, you might miss something. And I'm not just a baseball guy. I'm an all-around guy. Have a good night, everybody.
Corny, isn't it?
Shut up, Aaron.
Somebody.
Autobots, transform and roll out.